There's my alarm telling me it's 9 o'clock. Get this show on the road. What up, Glenn? How you doing this evening? I don't know if you're still hanging around or are you if you're still here, Glenn. But what up? What up? How you doing, man? Glenn, I just want to make sure I say thank you so very much for all of your support. You are definitely one who is on the live streams. You are one of the first to watch videos. You live close. You watch my pew pew videos. I mean, I just can't say thank you enough for all of your support. I'm not late. If it's 9:00 on the dot, and you're trying to talk about I'm late, nah, man, nah, man. Jimmy, what's up? I'm about to make my drink. So my uncle knows how much I love this clear liquid here, and my uncle hooked it up. He said, I got a guy. What? Since when? So my uncle's like, yo, I got a guy. He said, but this is high, right? So I wrote on this one. It says Unks 120 plus. You guys know that I have I have a love relationship with moonshine. And I used to get moonshine from my father-in-law, but I never knew what the alcohol percentage was. So people always say, how much proof? How strong is it?" I'm like, "I don't know." I found that I can go on Amazon and buy a cheap little alcohol uh, hydrometer. I think it was no a spectron. I don't know what the hell. Anyway, the thing tells me how much alcohol's in liquor, right? I tested this just a few minutes ago. I said, "Oh, let me just double check." It showed 100 and between, like, it was over the 140 proof. So I'm like, uh, I don't know. So let's see. Scrog is here. What up, Scrog? Quentin, of course, he's always talking smack, talking about I'm late. What up, Jimmy? How you doing this evening? Uh, are the socks necessary? Yes, they were a gift from my brother. The socks and the headband there. It's just it just so happens to be where it's hanging from. There's a metal pipe here from our radiators, and it makes a convenient place for me to stick magnetic, like, so the socks are actually hanging on a magnetic camera mount. It's a suction cup slash magnet, and then I have my this is another light, and I have my headband affixed to that, and dude, I have all types of tools and things. Like, I use space, okay, and I have tools and like magnets for my camera gear and koozies. So this is a koozie from one of my favorite YouTubers, Taylor Ray. If you don't know, but I mean, I keep those things within arm's reach. All right, so let's see. TJ said, "Good evening, Dash and friends." Yes, indeed. Jimmy's laughing. I think he's laughing. I don't know if he's laughing at the socks or at the liquor. Knowing him, he's probably laughing at both. All right. So Sean's here early this evening. What up, Sean? How you doing this evening? Sean, I'm about to pour up. We about to I'm about to pour up, and we're gonna turn up probably. If I this this liquor was it rated way higher than I won't say I thought it should be. You know what? I'm gonna take a little swig of this. I'm gonna get my chaser ready though, cause I didn't. Ken said he says hello, Dash. How are you? I'm good. How you doing this evening? Look at all them pork butts. All right, so we're gonna find the low point of the jar of the screw down ring, and we're gonna. Ooh, mm, mm, that is. Ooh, that is hot. Let's go ahead and take a. Mm, I'm gonna take a healthy swig of that, and I'm going to be careful here and try to use my big old shot glass. And I don't want to spill thing. I think what should I put this in so that it'll be less likely to spill. But ooh, I don't say 4 ounces. This jar is ooh, buddy. We are clear up to the top. You know what? We are just. I was shooting for 4 ounces. All right, that's probably six. That's more than enough of this with this high test. I'm going to wipe this off. Wipe up the drop that I spilled there. Close that back up because we don't want to spill none of that. All right, so put that off to the side, and I know that was hot. So my cup was full of ice, and I am going to top this off with the rest of my drink here. And woo woo, we are about to let the good times roll. Right, TJ? TJ's in New Orleans, so he knows all about that. Quentin said, I'm hoping y'all win Sunday. If the Chiefs start 0-2, they'll be right. Oh, all will be right with the world. Look, if the Chiefs start 0-2, that means the Eagles are 2-0. I am, I'm with it. I am with it. She is nowhere near, but uh, when I speak to her next, I will tell her that you said what's up. All right, Jimmy, I'll keep that in mind. But oh, woo, woo, woo. Yeah, buddy. Oh man. What do you guys? All right, so Jimmy's here, Sean's here, Ken's here. Who else is here? TJ is here. Glenn is here. I have. If you haven't already, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. I would greatly appreciate it. Uh, I see Quentin is vying for that number one spot on the commenters section. I can start commenting from my other channel to I don't say inflate, but to to bump my number up. Uh, yeah, because Um, all right, look at that. Claimed the number one spot really quickly using that was a it's my post. Um, so when I used to be a forum junkie, and on this particular forum, I always wanted to be the number one poster on the forum. So there were tactics, and Roger has been here. Um, Roger has been here a few times, and Roger is one of my friends who I've known since my web forum um, post whoring days is basically what it was. But I used to like there was me and another guy named Al, and we both worked in IT. We sat in front of the computers all day, so we had nothing else to do. Like we always had the not the chat, but the forum window open, and he and I would go back and forth as to be who will be number one on the board. And it got to the point where there were times when, so if you see, I just wrote a sentence word one word at a time. There were times when I would write like post one letter at a time. So yeah, there was that. Um So Grumpus is here. He says, "Hey, hey, Dashing everybody, what up?" So there is the Pew Pew channel. If you see where it says off the grill, um, picking up a pellet grill this weekend. He said he's pumped. Sean, that's what's up. Sean, what pellet grill you going with? Yeah. Someone is selling an XXL big green and thinking to pick it up. I have zero use for that cooker. As his, but it's $1,500. Very used. 25 minutes for me. My goodness. Taco, ¿qué te pasó? He says, I am Taco. Y Chihuahua. Dígame en español. Do I need another egg? Oh, Quentin. Well, Quentin doesn't have an egg at his property. I'm pretty. No, he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't have a big green egg. He's got other cookers. Listen, Jimmy, around here we don't shame or talk down or um uh we don't discourage the acquisition of new cookers, okay? We just go with it. Um Sean says he's getting a Weber Searwood. I want to see if it can really grill. So Sean, if that is the case, Johnny from what is his name of Johnny? Oh gosh. There's Johnny. Oh, View to a Grill. Drawing a blank. Johnny has one of those Weber Searwoods, and he's been using it, and he's been kicking ass with it. Oh, he's got like a tiny Joe. You say that now, Quentin. He says I don't need that big of a cooker, but the price is enticing. You say that now. Yes, he is local. He is in Houston, and yo, Johnny is the man. Johnny is. I met Johnny way back when I went to Alton's house for the meetup, MEAT, meetup. Yo, my homie Taj, big homie, what's up with you, man? So yes, Sean, if you, I won't say if you haven't, I definitely highly recommend Johnny's channel. And I was getting ready to go out and seek out Johnny's channel so that I can open up the window and VIEW to a grill YouTube. Go out to Johnny's channel. Check out Johnny's channel. If you do not know who Johnny is, you definitely need to check out his channel. But anyway, I was talking about how I met Johnny at the meetup at Alton's house. And Johnny made some breakfast tacos for us. He introduced us to Topo Chico. He introduced us to Topo Chico years before we were able to get Topo Chico like regularly. And then, of course, years before Topo Chico came out with the alcoholic Topo Chico. Yo, Topo Chico. It, let me just tell you how bad it was. We were in Austin at Alton's house, right? And we had so many, my wife and I had so many Topo Chicos. We both separately ordered Topo Chicos on Amazon to be delivered to our house before we arrived back home. That's how good they were to us. We're like, oh my God, why can't we get these in Baltimore? Um, so look, Susie is here. She says, good evening, Dash and Barbecue family. I hope everyone is well. And she also says hi to Taco. Yeah, Susie, Susie will. Oh, no, that's John. There's Johnny's channel again, but I'm going to post the link. Um, there was a Susie impersonator that showed her. I don't say showed her head last week. But it wasn't Susie. It wasn't Susie. It was some deranged. Um, um, I don't even know what to call it. Anyway, what's everybody been up to? How is everything for everyone? Oh man. Hmm. Man, I'm still number one as far as the comments. What up, Keon? How you doing? He said, "What's up, um, Dash and Barbecue fam?" Yes, indeed. How you doing this evening, man? Hold up, we gotta rectify. Boom, boop, 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 boo. I am multitasking like a boss right now. So if you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate it. Da, 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 da. Mm. Oh yeah, let's do this too. Bam, bam, bam. Yes, indeed. Keon said he's doing good. Good to hear. Good to hear. Glad that is the case. All right, let's get back to the comments. Tosh says that was crazy last week. Woo! Mm. Susie said on a channel last week. We said she had. Hold on, let's see. Go to channel. Six, Susie, 6 subscribers. But I'm on Instagram and on Facebook. Yes, indulging in pumpkin spice everything. I want to say you on uh, Lonely Island there. Let's see. Susie has more than that now. She has 7 subscribers. Woo! Only 993 more to go, and you have 1,000. And I'm sure if you started posting content, you would definitely be monetized pretty quickly. So let's see. Da, da, let me make sure. Oh, wait a minute. How? What? Hold up. 8 subscribers. Man, you just doubled your subscriber count. Like, woo, buddy. That much. Man, must be nice. Must be nice. Now you actually have to post some content or something. Well, I mean, yeah, Susie. What? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? All right, so let's get back to the StreamYard stream. Keon says pumpkin yuck. Susie says, "Yay, thank you, Jimmy. Just shot your subscription." Um, KB says, "Good evening, y'all. Mischievous barbecue people." uh, KB, that kind of seems like the pot calling the kettle black. I mean, if you wouldn't know that we were mischievous if you weren't mischievous as well. I'm just saying. Big Smoke, he said, "What's up?" He says, "Hey yo, smash that like, y'all." Indeed, indeed. George, what up? He said, "What's good, peeps? Glad to see you here." Susie had some random chick dressed in a Cowboys impersonating. I was just talking about that, George. Yo, I was just talking about that. Like, man, what was going on? Chachi, what up? What up? Quentin, are you referring to George or are you referring to Chachi? You have to be a little more specific. Susie said, "Oh my gosh, 8, by the way. Thank y'all. It was a sweet thing to say." And hey, George, secretary of the channel. Want to say hi to you personally. Oh, Wawa has this s'mores latte. He said, "OMG." Well, Jimmy said, "We need the Christmas lights video." Oh, Chachi said, "I know you're not talking five head." KB, see, KB understands. He's like, I call them mischievous, and how do I know they're mischievous? Oh yeah. I need you to smoke an ostrich egg for you. Like, do you want it cracked and like splayed out and cooked that way, or like hard boiled and smoked? Quentin said, "I'm pretty sure I was Susie's first subscriber." TJ, thanks for noticing. I have been occupied with other things, and it's been unfortunate that the videos have, well, it's been twofold, right? First, I haven't had anything to cook for anyone outside of my household. Two, it has not been easy to film in my household as of late. I have more people in my house. If you have been around for a while, you would know that typically when like summer and when there's a bunch of people in my house, I don't get to film the way that I need to film because I usually have 3 days where, of course, now that school is back in session, so taste tester number one is back home. Taste tester number two has company that's staying with us. Excuse me, taste tester number one has company that's staying with us. Taste tester number two is away at school. Taste tester number one is in school. She is still in elementary school. She's in 8th grade. My wife goes to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Those are the days I try to film stuff. When there's people in the house, I can't film stuff because they just interrupt and I know better. I'm like, I don't want to take it out on them that I'm filming here. Okay. So I just don't. Um, but there have been, I won't say a few times, if you've seen the last video, I was cooking outside. I cooked outside for a reason. I cooked outside so that I wouldn't be bothering everyone inside. And it hasn't worked out where I was able to cook anything last week or early this week. So videos suffered. And I kind of was like, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna take a quick break. And this is one of those things in the hamster wheel and the hamster wheel of YouTube. I made a video that was similar to another video and it just popped off and boom, it got way crazy more views. Me cooking outside. Guess what? I haven't had another outside gig in since then. So I've been cooking other things. Well, those other things have gotten like a tenth of the views that the other one did. And it's like, all right, at some point, I mean, not that I don't need to regroup and try to figure out a different strategy. The thing is, I can't do those type of videos every week or twice a week. So what ends up happening is I cook something or do something, show a video of something, and those videos don't do anything, and then it's like it's frustrating. And Jimmy, I'm sure you are aware. Who else might? Oh, if um if Steven was here, he could probably attest. But yeah, let's see. Susie said, "This chick, what the hell? She better have been kind and funny. I'd hate to have a can with the Texas whoop back." Yeah. Susie said, "Hey Dash, how come when you go back to the replay for the lives, there's no comments?" Hmm. I don't know. I don't know. I might be the first. Yeah, I don't know. uh, Susie says, yes, Quentin. Apparently, the anonymous person impersonating me understood my feelings for you and gave you a shout out last week. She just said, I miss out on watching it and waiting days to like and comment. Oh, man, dude. I don't say be the bearer of bad news, but there's not going to be a video tomorrow either. I said, all right, so I do have a I got I won't say a last minute order, but I got a request for some brisket, ribs, and string beans. So I was doing a video. Oh, I know what it was. I did a video when I was measuring out the brisket when I did that 3 pound brisket and 1 rack of ribs for the person. That same person ordered another 3 pounds of brisket, but he wants 2 racks of ribs this time, and also some more green beans. So I will be. I'm not sure. Yeah, Taj, we gonna talk. Yeah, we gonna talk. Um, so da, 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 da. But that same person ordered more food for Saturday. So I will be cooking and I am trying. I'm like contemplating trying to use Vicky The problem is if I run into any problems or like snags or anything, then I kind of have to go with Pauline, the pellet cabinet. But I'm going to try and use Vicky just because I haven't used Vicky in a while. Uh, Big Smoke says, "Where them stick burners at? You ready to sell them yet?" I mean, I will tell you that the if you want to come and get Bernadette, the price on Bernadette is firm 5,500. And you know, you want to come get her. Bessie is not. I wouldn't even. Bessie is. I won't say a hood ornament, but Bessie is my first big smoker. Even though I burnt through that smoker, I won't ever get rid of her. But like I said, Bernadette, you can look back on videos on Bernadette. 5,500 is my asking price. Jimmy, he said, "Dang it, dang! I see. I chose a lot of work at home, work days, work 3 days a week. What the hell? I work all the time. No, I don't. So I work 5 days a week from home, but it's one of those things where I I kind of like liking my job to being like the Maytag repairman, where I don't have to do something unless something pops off. But my boss refers to me more as a fireman. It gives me more importance, if you will. So when there's a problem, a fire pops up, an alarm pops up. I have to do what I need to do, and then I do it. But the good thing is, the majority of the time, I'm in my program is in a maintenance phase. So, hey, if something breaks, we need to fix it. If something's not working, we need to fix it. But right now, we just rolled out some new software, and lots of stuff is broken. We had at its highest, we had 73 tickets, active tickets open. And the problem is, my job is to open tickets and assign tickets to different people. So multiple places around the country, they call me and they say, hey, or they email me and say, hey, we have a problem with this. Can you fix it? Or can you get someone to fix it? Help us fix it. Sure. Because they rolled out this new software has been, I'm gonna say, killing me. I have been getting on, like, I used to get 1 to 2 tickets a week. On average, in the past, let's say 3 or 4 weeks, I've gotten no less than 15 tickets a week. And it's like, oh, 15 tickets. But when it's like 6 to 10 tickets a day, sometimes it can be a bit of a pain. All right, so Bernadette is Burnedette, Bernadette. And I don't know if it's BURN or I guess BURN, Bernadette. Keon says if you have to open up the box to see the comments on the replay. Should be on the right side of the video. Yeah. Oh yeah, coach. What up, Travis? How you doing, man? Big Smoke says yes, more Vicky. Vicky's not for sale. Hence the reason I didn't mention a price for Vicky. The only smoker I'd be willing to sell right now, so there's two. One is Bernadette, and two is Priscilla. I already know. Bumpy, if you are watching this on the replay, comment down below. The first right of refusal is going to Bumpy. Bumpy has been pestering me in the best way possible to do more content. Oh no, the shine is not kicking in. This is like, I feel like this is like 5 beers in right now. Um, but Bumpy has been, like I said, pestering me in the best way possible about doing more content on Priscilla. And I owe y'all some more content on Priscilla. It's just one of those things where I really have to just suck it up, change my clothes, go out to the garage and start working, do something. And I've talked about this before where I'm like, all right, just do something. Go out there and do something for 2 hours. And then the next night, do something for 2 hours. And spend my spare time. It's the time that I'm sitting here kicking around maybe watching an hour of YouTube or watching an hour on Instagram, I can spend an hour out in the garage, and then when I'm out there, I'm like, hell, I'll just stay out here for another hour, and then it's like, oh, 2 hours in, hell, let me just go ahead and make this 3 hours and get to a stopping point, and that's typically what I need to do. I just haven't done that yet. Um, Big Smokes is more than me. Uh, yes, Bumpy has been asking me about the videos for Priscilla for a long time. Yes. Oh wait, hold on. Sorry. Big Smoke said I really miss the long, big stick burner cooks, bro. The problem is the stick burner has burnt out, and I can't use the stick burner because I can't cook on the stick burner. So the only stick burner I have currently is Bernadette, and I have like I really feel like um I need to figure out a way for it to run on splits because when I put these splits that I would normally put into, let's say, Bessie into Bernadette, she don't like it. She don't like it. She burns dirty. And I just haven't gotten to the point where I'm like, all right, let me figure out what it is. Like I don't know if I need to build a smaller fire. And one of the things that's I don't say crazy, but as I've gone to different barbecue establishments and I see people using stick burners, I see people using splits that would be like firewood, like campsite firewood, teeny tiny splits. Um, and I'm just like, uh, I don't really. I, wa- it's hard to say I don't want to split wood. I don't want to split the splits into that size, but I think that's what I'm going to end up having to do. One of the things that I saw when I went to the 250 barbecue was there's this little contraption that you can get on Amazon. It's like it takes a normal size split and you can make it that much smaller. And it's very simple. It's just like an axe that's vertical and then like a little container to kind of hold everything. And you just kind of stick the wood down into it and then hit it with a mallet or a hammer or whatever. And you make the splits that much smaller. And I could see where the person who sits overnight babysitting the smoker, that's what they do. They make smaller splits. So George says my first SDS BBQ video was the UDS build. That's what's up. Um, nice. Big Smoke said I'm running a 175-gallon reverse flow trailer smoker these days, but looking for a 500-gallon for my next business. I mean, dog, do you? She's the upright cabinet smoker. Vicky is the insulated vertical cabinet smoker, but I run Vicky on or with charcoal. But I'll put a split in it depending on if I'm using lump charcoal. I don't need to put a split in it. But if I'm using like briquettes, I will put a split in there, and the smoke is fantastic. Smoke ring, smoke flavor, fantastic. Um, but yes, I'm debating on. Like I said, I have to cook a brisket and 2 racks of ribs, so I'm gonna say that's gonna be light work, but and and he's like, "Oh, you don't need to put sauce on the ribs." What? What? Man, I got my. You guys, I've let you guys in on a secret. Um, that parquet butter spray, yo, it just, mm, it does something to those ribs. Big Smoke. All right, look. Big Smoke. I need a name. I need a name. What's your name? I don't want to just keep calling you Big Smoke. I want your name, yo. He said Vicky is nice. Indeed, Vicky was my small cook smoker, if that makes sense. Like, um, let's see. Didn't you buy a unit to burn wood in her? In Bernadette or in Vicky? So I did buy long before I bought my Lone Star Grill. Now the liquor's kicking in. Long before I bought my Lone Star Grill's cabinet, I bought a few of the Lone Star Grill's um fire like offset cooker inserts, and they're just like V-grooved um Lamont. All right, I'm going to try to remember that, Lamont. Um, I'm not going to um promise you anything if you are not aware or haven't been watching. This is the bane of my memory in all the best ways possible. Um, but I'm gonna try to use some, I'll say alliteration, but try to use some memory skills. There was a there was a guy named Lamont that used to live on the block above me when I grew growing up in Philadelphia, and he used to always hang on our block, and he used to hang out with a guy named Jamil. So, but anyway, I'm gonna try to remember. So I'm gonna try to use your name as many times as possible, and I'm probably still going to forget. So don't hold it against me if I do. Yes and no, Jimmy. The insert I got an insert for Bernadette, and I got an insert for Bessie. Um, the technically the insert for Bessie would fit in Vicky, but I know that smoker. I've gotten to cook on that smoker like the back of my hand, and I know that that cooker runs the absolute best on charcoal. The last time I tried to run a wood like a fire in Vicky was when I had the fire department came to my house, and the fire department helicopter or police helicopter, and that whole fiasco. I mean, it was also because I was cooking at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and the smoke was way more prevalent. But I mean, I called the fire communications team, department, desk, I don't know, and they didn't relay the message from the first shift to the second shift or second to third. It doesn't matter. All right, kindling cracker is awesome. I have a I have the large and it works great. Yep, that's probably what it's called. Let's see. Amazon.com. Let's see here. KINDLING kindling splitter. Kindling cracker. Firewood splitter. Yep, this is very, very similar. Oh, look at that one. This one, okay, Kindling Cracker XL. I didn't know that that was the name of it. I just knew, I'll say what it looked like. But I also like these. This is one that has like it has ratchet steps on it, and you can like push down and split your wood that way. So that looks pretty cool. But this kindling cracker is definitely you know the thing that I was thinking of. I just didn't know the name. Now that I do, I have it saved. Uh, Lamont, thanks. Oh well, KB and Lamont both. That's it. Kindlingcracker.com. Don't you normally smoke overnight? It depends. I usually start cooking in the night or once the sun goes down, and now that the sun is going to be going down a little earlier, a little sooner, I can start cooking a little earlier. But it all depends on when I have to make my delivery. So this cook coming up for this Saturday, I have to deliver. He asked me to have the food to his house at 5 p.m. All right, 5 p.m. Pet bet. That means I don't have to get up as early, but I just want to put this into perspective. So he asked me to have the food to him at 5 p.m. He's an hour away. So everything needs to be done by 4 p.m., right? I like to let my briskets cool for at least an hour, maybe even two, before I slice them up and take them to their destination. Now, he said that he is going to be. This is for a like a watch party. Like I don't know if they're watching probably a college football game because I don't know. I don't think there's any NFL game. No, there might be NFL games Saturday night. Are there NFL games Saturday night? NFL Saturday night games. NFL Saturday games. Mm-mm-mm. Let's see. Week 2 schedule. Thursday? No. So the Commanders play the Packers tomorrow, and then Sunday. One, two, three, four, five, 5 games on Sunday. Sunday. Oh, more than 5 games. So there's early games and then late games. The Eagles play late. They play 4:25 p.m. Eastern. Cool. So I'm about to say no teams on the bye yet. Byes start like what, week 5 or 6 maybe. Anyway, no Saturday games this week, so they must be watching a college football because he said it was for but he said watch party. Maybe it was a fight watch party. I don't know. Um, let's see. Big Lamont said something about rolling smoke at night in the peace and quiet sounds of the night. He said, I love it myself. So my reason is I run my smoker at night more so than I do during the day because, or when it's dark, more so because less people can see the smoke. They'll smell it, but they can't see it. So they can't be like, oh, there's a fire at that place over there. Um, and that's usually what ends up happening. Now, one of the things that I can say is and it's starting my fires. So let's say I'm starting a wood burning, my wood burning smoker. I almost exclusively start the wood burning smoker um, after the sun has gone down. Um, and that's because the smoke just it carries. And I live not even a block, but there's a main artery that is right like houses away. So the smoke will drift over to those houses and not a good time. Ask me how I know. Um, so I try to make sure the sun is down. And then also I actually prefer cooking in the rain than when it is dry. The rain and humidity keep the smoke down and it won't travel so far. So that's one of the I'm gonna say tricks of the trade. But cooking in the rain sucks. Just trudging out to my garage and back from my garage. So yeah. George said if it's the 13th, it might be the fight. Yes, I don't know who's fighting. Lamont said his Chiefs looking banged up. Mm, mm, mm. As an Eagles fan, you get no sympathy from me. Neil, what up, man? How you doing this evening? Vic, what up? He said, "What's up, bro? How you doing this evening?" Lamont said, "Yes, I've seen it billowing." Yeah, buddy. Dude, and I mean, this is just one of those things. Bumpy, yo, dog. I was just talking about you, and I am not gonna tell you what I was saying about you. It was good. It was good, but you're gonna have to watch the replay because you've been slacking on commenting on the replay, Mister President of the Replay Gang. Uh, yeah. George says Camelot versus Crawford. All right. Jimmy says my neighbor has a wood burning furnace, so I don't have to worry about complaining year round about my smokers. That's what's up. Yeah. Bumpy. I mean, yeah, I'm saying Bumpy, dude. Yo, you proclaim to be the president of the rewatch gang, and I haven't seen the president chime in, check in on none of the live streams in I won't say months. I'm gonna give you more credit than that. I'm gonna say weeks. But weeks do add up to months, dog. And I mean, it's been a couple months. I mean, it's been a couple weeks since I replay gang checking in. So I'm gonna have to keep you on the hook. You know what I mean? So just know that we are going. You know what? I'm gonna set a timer, and I'm gonna randomly set a timer and shout you out. And you better you better comment when I shout you out the second time and the third time and the fourth time, dog. Cause I don't know. Anyway, like I said, I was just talking about you, but it was in a good way. So just it's another one of these. Yo, I swear, YouTube is a fantastic place to. YouTube is like Christian Mingle, where you meet people and you never know. Like, I mean, Lamont been he coming through, and yo, Lamont. I mean, let's see. All you have to do is follow the link, and you too could join us because the secretary of the channel, that Susie proclaimed, not Self, but Susie proclaimed, secretary of the channel, um, George, he joined us a few weeks ago, and we learned a lot about George. He's into RC stuff, dog. I wish I had $1 for every RC car I crashed up and burnt up as a kid, because boy, I'd had enough money to buy. Oh, George, you know what's crazy? If you look back far enough on my channel, you'll see a RC. Like I had it was a Mustang Boss 302 Traxxas car that I used to like speed run bash. And when I say speed run, that thing went like 60 miles an hour, 70 miles an hour. It wasn't very fast. In the grand scheme of things. But oh boy, what up, Uncle Jimmy? How you doing today?
It's all good.
Yeah?
It's all good.
All right, so let's see. Lamont said Bumpy in the house. So let's see. Look, Bumpy said I'm right. Talking about him. He. He said I'm the president of the rewatch gang, and I haven't seen a rewatch gang represent in the comments. Keon has been in the comments from time to time, but I mean, there's somebody else who would comment often. Um, I don't know if it was Big Man Smokehouse. It was somebody else who used to comment often on a replay, and I don't I just falling off. Let's see, Susie, don't worry about setting your timer. Secretary Rushing has us covered. As a matter of fact, Secretary Rushing, you now need to kind of keep track because now we have a president of the rewatch gang. So every now and again, uh, Sir Secretary, I could use a reminder to shout Bumpy out and shout the replay game. So, look, Susan says we have to keep track of our titles. Is the welcoming committee, Susie? Is that what your what is your title, Susie? Because you know. By the way, I'm kind of strict on punctuation, so I talk to text. So I apologize if anything doesn't come out right. No, you're fine. George, he said I went bashing earlier today. Been hitting up skateboard parks. Ooh, dude, see. This is my problem. I got into pew pews, and that just takes away from almost any other hobby because I'm like
You
pew
have to spend
pews.
all your money on it.
Oh my gosh, man, do I ever? But you know what, Jimmy? I tell you what, I built a second AR9 recently, from spare parts from the AR9. I like the whole thing was I set out to build a AR9, right? And I was on my way, and it wasn't working the way that I wanted it to work. So I'm like, oh, so let me change tack and let's see. I changed this part, then I changed that part, and I changed this part, and I changed that part. By the time it was all said and done, I had a whole complete lower that I needed to do something with, and I was like, all right. I happened to go into a gunsmithing shop, and they just so happened to have a complete upper. And I was like, how much is this? They told me, and I said, all right, you know what? Let me just go ahead and take this home with me.
Yep.
Yeah, well, it
Yep.
wasn't even that. It followed me home. They just
Uh-huh.
gave it to me. They gave it to me.
Mommy,
So
can we have this puppy?
now, listen. It wasn't even a mommy. Can we had this puppy? It was one of those things where the the upper followed me home and then came into the house when there was nobody watching.
Yeah. Yeah. There you
So so I put it together and I was like, all right, cool. I then took it to the range one day, and then the following Sunday I was like, oh, all right, it's back. Boom, I got it rolling. I just so happened to mention, I was like, hey, because I am, I'm a firm believer of letting people play with the toys and tools that you buy. I'm an enabler.
Smell it coming.
What? I'm an enabler, right? So
Uh-huh.
I'm like, hey, there was, and I'm gonna try to be as PC as possible. There were two ladies that came in that are they're they come in regularly, and I'm like, hey, I know you come in and shoot ARs, blah blah blah. I'm like, I have an AR-9. You want to shoot my AR-9? You're like, sure. So they're shooting the suppressed AR-9, and I'm like, I said, I got another one. You want to try that one too? Since you're having such a good time with this one, they're like, sure. So I bring the second one out, and I'm like, here, boom, boom, boom. And they're like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun! Yay, this is cool. And I was like, well, this one's for sale if you. And she was like, how much? And I, off the top of my head, I said the number, and she was like,
Uh-huh.
I'll take it. I'm like, damn it, you weren't even the person I was trying to sell this thing to. Like,
Uh-huh.
I have another, I won't say oddly enough, but I have another customer who's, well, two ladies. And I'm like, between the two of them, they have been wanting they wanted a parts list from my AR-9 build. And I'm like, okay, sure. But when I put the second one together, I'm like, I'm going to sell it to them. They didn't
Mhm.
come in that week. They were in. So that was 2 weeks ago. I sold it. This week, the second set of ladies that I was talking about, they came in, and I was like, "Oh, the second AR-9 I built, I already sold it." And like, what? Why didn't you sell it to us? You didn't come in. Like, I would have sold it to you. But anyway, so I recouped
Yeah.
some of the money. And when I say recoup, I just paid down the credit card bill. Um,
Yep.
that was on fire.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Let's see.
Yep.
Susan said, "Well, Jimmy had a video where you couldn't comment on, and YouTube dash, but now I see I was educated on how to do that. So maybe
Yeah.
they just couldn't see it, or I couldn't see it."
She said something about that.
Mm.
I've never changed any settings or anything, so I don't, you know.
Bumpy said, "I need to comment because last week was all about computers and servers." Yes, but here's the thing, Bumpy. You will glean information off of these live streams that have nothing to do with nothing you think you need to know about. And then we'll start talking about something, and it's like, damn, that's what that means. Damn, that's what they're talking about. And it just makes sense in the correct context. So Susie is the channel ambassador, the welcoming committee and ambassador. She is both. um Keon said, I still been watching the replay, but forgetting to comment. Oh, you forget to comment? You forget to comment? Yo, if you are watching the replay, you have no excuse but to comment right now. Right, Jimmy? He said,
Yep.
damn right.
Yep.
George says, okay, as a part of my job, I will say I believe the last time we saw Bumpy was Big Who's got the best liquor stash chat. I don't know. I'm
That,
we're gonna have to George, we're gonna have to get
that
some
was
more further
that
explanation.
Clint's birthday.
Oh, that might mm, that yeah, Quinn's birthday, that was a mess. That was a mess of a live stream. Cause y'all got me drunk. Okay. Drunk. Vic said my
Alcohol
wife
might
asked
have
me.
been involved.
Mm,
Yeah.
Vic says my wife asked me why my hobbies are so expensive. Guns, bowling, barbecuing, video games, and drones and cameras. I'm gonna be honest, Vic. We got to talk, okay? Because I want to get into drones, but I don't know why. I want to. If you've been around, I won't say been around me long enough, but if you've been on live streams long enough, you know that when I go on vacation, I am the type of person to get up every day on vacation to watch the sunrise. I don't care how late I'm up the night before, I will get up and watch the sunrise. I could show you pictures of me watching the sunrise, like from the cruise ships I'm on, or if I am in the Caribbean somewhere on an island. I don't care what it is. what it is I'm doing when I go down to Myrtle Beach, or when I've gone down to Myrtle Beach, I get up and watch the sunrise on every vacation. Do I watch the sunrise when I'm sitting at my home during the no? Typically, I'm sitting right in this spot and the sun is rising, and the only thing I do is open up the blinds. There's the cords for the blinds from where I'm sitting when it's light enough for me to let light in. Like, it's to the point where I have a guy in Myrtle Beach that sends me sunrise pictures almost every single morning. And Jimmy, I'm gonna say I've sent you to try to catch him, but
I've
he's one
tried
of
to catch it for 2 years in a row.
he's elusive. Okay,
He
he's
is.
elusive, and that's the whole thing. That's what makes it fantastic, because he starts out on the beach, and then he'll go up to like a high rise spot, and then he'll come back down to the reef. And when I say this dude be like bing 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 bing, and he's out there,
Yeah.
like I could oh gosh, I could show you some pictures. The
Oh,
beautiful sunrise, the pre-rise pictures. Oh my gosh, the colors of the sun
that
on the pre-rise. Oh
Dash, I'm gonna have to tell you, this is
yeah,
probably the worst time right this minute to get into that. I've
the
been one
drones.
of Yes, I have been 107 certified
Oh
for
yeah,
several years.
yeah.
I have been the drone guy for two different departments. See, we never
Mm-hmm.
talked about that.
Yeah.
And
So I'm
uh,
sorry, not to cut you off, but before I forget, this is the picture he sent me this morning, and he was talking about all of the beach erosion in Myrtle Beach.
yep,
But anyway,
from
the
storm.
yep.
But anyway, 108 has just come up, and that is beyond line of sight
Okay.
operation for a drone. Okay, and we are right in the middle of doing an ident for the drone and for the remote
Okay.
both, and they really don't have all of that settled. All of the FAA is really unsettled right now when
Mm.
it comes to drones, and you've
And
got
that's
companies
part of
like
the
DJI that
yeah,
that offer the drones out there, but they really don't know where to go because everything's so unsettled. And you could
yeah.
spend a lot of money today, and then it would totally change on what you needed in
Uh,
3 or 4 months.
See, that's one of the things too, because I live pretty close to BWI. There's a there's a I won't say a no fly zone radius of BWI, and I don't think I'm in it, but I also live within no fly zones of alphabet agencies.
Yeah,
I also live, I'm pretty sure, in no fly zones in like the Baltimore Harbor and other places where the number of prospective people, the population is too high. And I know that you're not supposed to fly a drone in crowds over X number of people or something along those lines. And I'm like, I really, really, really would love to just get a drone and I could fly it off of my deck and just put it up in the air so that I can see sunrise pictures in the morning. That is pretty much it. I would send it up every day like clockwork to say, hey, let me send up my drone for half an hour and get the sunrise over Baltimore. And boom, that would be it. And that's all I would want to do. Because that's, I don't know, sunrise is just, I'm gonna say, yeah, no, I'm not. I'm gonna say they're my thing, but I just dig sunrise. Taj
it's
will tell you. Taj will tell you. Oh look. Taj does tell you. He said I can vouch. This dude loves some sunrises. Taj, we have been on cruises together, and I'm like, Taj, yo, come on. I'm getting up at this time. I'm getting up at 5:30 to watch the sunrise. Taj's like, the forward. I'm like, cuz it's a sunrise. We on vacation. I'm getting up to watch the sunrise. Taj be like, bruh, I'll meet you at like 8 or 9 o'clock after I done had my coffee. But yo, we're going on another adventure in January. Um, if you would like some information on said adventure that we're going on in January, you let me know. And if you are able to join, we're going on an adventure. Taj, my wife, and his wife are going on an adventure. If you would like inquiring minds, if you want to know, hit me up and we can, because we got room we got referral room. Let's put it that way. So Scrog says, wait, Jeeps will become the list. Yeah, buddy. I look, vehicle hobbies, vehicle modifications. I I want to say, I was thinking about this the other day, and I was like, damn, I wish I was cool enough to have a cool car, right? I wish I was cool enough to have a cool car. And my thing was, I'm like, my cool car, and I have a car that I can make cool, right? But I'm like, I'm too busy buying gun stuff. And that's why I can't afford car stuff. Cause gun stuff. Gun stuff is, I don't know, it's not
What
cooler.
what would be your ideal cool car, Dash?
Ooh. I would be practical and make my current TDI Passat cooler. Um, but I would love to get a Porsche. Like I after going to the Porsche Museum in Stuttgart, Germany, I vowed before I die, I'm going
Like
to
a
own a Porsche.
911 or something like that?
I'm not the I'm not the they're all 911s, but they're 900 series numbers. I mean, yo, let me get so my buddy Travis, he has a Porsche Macan, okay? And that's like the poor man's entry route into Porsche ownership, aside from like a Cayman or one of those other cheap vehicles. The Macans are an SUV that are less desirable, but they're tunable, they're fast as hell, they can sound good. And I know this, I have it on good authority because Travis's was cool as hell. It sounded fantastic. And actually I did a small video of him driving his Macan, and I'll dig up that video a little later for you guys to see, or I'll just post a link. And it was kind of right after I got the Osmo Pocket 3, and I just filmed him driving, and I was just like blown away. I really liked his Macan. It just, I mean, I have adult responsibilities, and I
Yep.
just can't afford that right now. So,
Yeah. Well, I'm
um,
old. I'm old school.
Jimmy said I'm old. So if I had to guess, Jimmy is a bow tie boy. So he wants
Yep.
a C10.
Nope.
No?
Nope.
A Silverado?
Nope.
What? A car?
Yes.
A Chevelle.
Yes.
Uh-huh. All right. So let's
1970
see. Oh, a 70 Chevelle. So what was special about the 70 Chevelle?
SS 396.
Okay, all right. So we got the
Low to the
SS.
flow.
All right. I won't say I would have pegged you for a 442 guy,
Nope.
but
Nope.
that's the Oldsmobile. So
Yep. Nope.
he
I
said I
blew
want the
one of those up
396.
one time.
He said talk about a story for later. All right, so hold on. Let me catch up on the comments real quick. So Vic said I have a cheap drone called a DJI Flip. It'll follow you. It's pretty cool with a great camera. You can get it for under $500. So I tell you, I looked today. I looked this morning at a Mini 3 or a DJI. I don't know if it was a Mini 3 or whatever the DJI 3 camera, because I watched the video, randomly watched the video of a guy who was filming, like, not B-roll, but he was filming shots of the AT&T stadium, right? Talk about random as hell. But he was like, I got the dream job of filming this stadium. Like, these people reached out to me and I got booked to film the stadium with the lights out. And he's like, I'm filming right now in 2025 for when FIFA is coming in 2026 or 2027, whenever it comes. He said, if you see these shots of AT&T Stadium, whatever that Dallas stadium, whatever it's called, in the FIFA commercials, he's like, I took those shots. He was so proud, rightfully so. And I was like, damn, yo, one, the shots look fantastic. Okay. Fantastic. And he's like, you know, it's not about having a $5,500 or $5,000 drone. He's like, this is what I'm shooting on. And it's, the three, whatever. He's like, I,
Yep.
I just make sure, he's like, use what you have to get the shots that you need. and make them work the way. And I was just like, that makes perfect freaking sense. Perfect sense. And it's like, and I say the same thing. When people ask me, hey, how do I get started in barbecue? How do I get started filming barbecue videos? I'm like, use what you have. Most everybody has one of these.
Please, please,
I'm
please
like,
get 107 though.
I'm oh,
When you
okay.
put those videos out and you put them
Uh-huh.
on YouTube,
Yeah.
you're sticking your neck way out.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yep,
Mm.
yep. Get
Well,
certified. It's not complicated. I know you, Dash. You could do that in a couple of months.
107 drone license. Okay. How much is it? America's 107
America.
A Part 107 license is a commercial drone pilot certification from the FAA for operating commercial purposes, requiring
Yep.
you to be at least 16 years old and pass
Anything
a
you're gonna be
in-person knowledge test. Okay.
anything you're gonna be monetized for, and
Yes.
you use a drone shot, they
Huh.
will turn you in a heartbeat if you're not.
Really?
Oh man, yes.
Huh.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'll leave this
Yeah,
window open.
I
You ask me how I know, bro.
know.
When you hit me with that, well, all right, yep, say less. All right, let's see. Um, Vic said I also have a 62 C10 step side that I need to keep working on. Yeah. What up, Angela? Angela and I were let's say in present company, but um Angela invited me to one of my other cousins who lives in Delaware's house, and it was a fantastic time. It was a good time. It was like an end of summer cookout, and we had a good old time. We had a good old time. George said, "You should be able to fly over Lake Montebello." Uh Possibly. I would have to get closer to Lake Montebello. I don't live close to Lake Montebello. Lake Montebello for me is probably 20, 25 minutes away. I was talking to Hi, Linda, how you doing? So far, everybody else is chicken. Linda, you can join us. Linda, you can join us.
No, she can't.
Yeah, yes, you can. Yes, Linda, you can join us. It would be fantastic to for you to join us every now and again. My wife joins us. You can too. You have an invitation.
It would be fantastic. Here.
What do you say? I can't
I
hear you.
said it would be fantastic if you joined us on the live stream, so you could give us like the part B, the wife side to the stories. Look, he's shaking his head because he already knows what I'm saying. To
He's
Jimmy's,
going, no, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't.
it would be freaking hilarious. And the whole thing is freaking hilarious. Okay,
Freaking
and
hilarious. Yeah.
because look, I can hear him now because every now and again when my wife joins us and she puts me in my place or she corrects me when I'm saying something, you could do the same thing. And Linda,
Okay.
you have an open invitation. Okay,
Okay.
open
I'll
invitation.
remember that.
Yeah, you know.
You said I have an open
I
invitation.
heard
Hey, Linda,
that's
you
like
you take
starting
great
trouble.
care. Good. I'm not starting any trouble. I'm not starting.
Oh yeah.
No,
It's okay.
no, no, no,
It's
no. Next time, I'm gonna come on and I'm gonna talk to Dash. Yep, I'm
okay.
gonna talk to
I
Dash.
hear you. I hear you.
um. All right. So let's see. Lake Montebello is not that close to where I live. Look, yeah. So, Angela said it was a long overdue cousin get together, and it really was. So it's funny that she says that, right? So, and let Angela tell you, my current wife came between my brother cousin status and Angela. But Angela was my cousin first, and I used to hang out with my cousin Angela. So she used to come to Philly, we used to hang out. I won't say pick her up, but she would be at my grandmother's house, and she's like, "Come get me on board," and I'm like, "All right, cool." So we used to go hang out and go to the movies, go down South Street, go do lots of things, right? But then I got a girlfriend. So then, of course, my cousin Angela, I almost say got put on the back burner, but of course, I'm gonna need the replay gang to check in. All right, it's the first or second replay gang check in time. So replay gang check in, and I'm going to set a random timer again for a reminder for the replay gang to check in. So replay gang, Bumpy, specifically you, check in. Keon, if you're rewatching, you just be like, check in number 1, check in number 2. I don't even care, all right? But y'all need to check in.
So you got together with Angela, but it wasn't at her house, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
You ain't
That's all right,
shit.
Angela. I'm gonna come see you at your house.
So actually, you know what? While Angela's here, this Saturday I'm going to be coming to PG County. Remember the delivery that I had to do around Christmas, and your daughter was in the hospital, and I'm like, hey, I'm close. So I'm going to need. I'm gonna say need to, but I'm possibly going to be coming in that direction. So Angela, we might have to talk on Saturday. I might be, like I said, I'll be halfway towards your house, so we can figure something out. Yes, Bumpy was here for a moment. Look at this. Look at this. Y'all be conspiring against me. I swear, y'all be conspiring against me. For right now, unless Linda here, I'm gonna text Linda the link. Yeah.
He said he's gonna text you the link.
She said, "Get on the phone." All right.
Look, I don't know if I can put up with both of y'all picking on me tonight.
Okay, we're gonna have to plan it. Not tonight, Linda. Okay, not tonight. Not tonight. We're gonna have to plan it. All right. We're gonna make sure Linda's makeup is done, her hair is done, and
You
all
got
of
a number.
I do, because I do. Look, that's why I had that brilliant idea. I said, you know what? I'm gonna text Linda. Go straight to the horse's mouth. You know
That's
that
the way you
saying?
do an uncle, I tell you.
Man, well, if you my uncle, she my aunt. All right, I'm just saying.
You are aunt. Yep, I know. Why you turn the lights off now?
Uh-oh. She said, who? I'm turning off. She turn off the lights. Wow, wow.
No,
Light a candle.
light down low. Put some music on soft and slow.
As he's still looking in her direction.
After 40 years, how about that?
Shoot. I don't want to say you're better than me, but heck yeah, man, more power to you.
No, not yet. 45.
Look, Jimmy says, don't forget, or excuse me, Steven says, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Yes, indeed. All right, Angela says she'll be around on Saturday. We will be in touch. Bumpy. Or excuse me, Big Smoke. So Lamont said, bouncer. Yeah. Madwood, what up, Terry? How you doing this evening? He says, hey, yo, Dash, brother Steven and Jimmy. And let's get
Steven tonight.
He's here. Yo, time out. If you did not see, Steven put out a video today of him cooking some jerk chicken. I need everyone to get on. No, Brett, put it down. Put it down. Put it down. Put it down. Because I know I didn't drink 8 ounces of this high proof, high test, but I didn't had a fair amount of it. And I cannot add Ray Nephew or punching on top of punching. See, I'm forgetting.
Oh,
I can't.
Dash, you the man. You drink anything.
You are full of shit, Jimmy. You trying to get
why
me?
We don't live close to each other.
Man, I'm not even going to talk about, because it'd be like, yo, Jimmy, you have a room at my house for when we get drunk at my house, and Dash, I got a room at Jimmy's house for when I get that drunk at Jimmy's house.
Yep, we'll put Dash's room on the door.
Man, listen,
Yep.
I don't even need a whole room. I just need a floor. I am not picky.
No.
What'd she say?
I don't know.
Yeah, between
that's the frequency that I'm hard of hearing there.
Uh-huh. Wah, 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 wah. Okay, Charlie Brown. I'm aging myself there, but
Yeah, you are.
between the barbecue, the drinking, and the pew pew stuff. Oh my gosh! And then the car stuff. Don't even we haven't even gotten into the car stuff because once we get closer, it's gonna be like you do that too.
Yeah, I
What?
know. I know.
Man. Oh
Uh,
man.
be
All right,
old.
Terry's.
Look, 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 look. We got the Lincoln well that rear end. We got
Mm,
a Lincoln
mm,
like
mm,
that
mm.
one.
So you know what I've been kicking around the idea of. So if you have been watching the Pew Pew channel, one of my coworkers at the range, her name is Brooke. Okay, Brooke and I went to elementary school together, and Brooke lived. I won't say lived not too far away from me, but Brooke lived around. Okay, this is one of those. I got to tell a story to make it make sense. So
Okay.
Brooke was living with her girlfriend, and her girlfriend lived around the corner from me, right? I just so happened, and I've told this story before, I'm pretty sure, where I was in a firearms establishment and I'm like, yo, that girl looks real familiar. Like this is a girl from elementary school. So I'm like, that girl looks familiar. I'm like, no way that's Brooke down here. Like, why would Brooke be in Maryland? Brooke is in Philly. So I'm like, Brooke, what is he? Taste tester number one went to Giant just now. Anyway, um, I'm like, Brooke. And to my surprise, she turns around and she's like, government name, what are you doing here? And I'm like, I live in Baltimore. Wait a minute. Better question. What are you doing here? And she's like, oh man, blah, blah, blah. I'm here with my girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. Boom. I'm like, okay, cool. I meet the girlfriend. Fast forward like another year. I see Brooke at the Giant around the corner from my house, right? The supermarket, the market around the corner from my house. And I'm like, boom. Oh, what up, Jimmy? So, Jimmy, hold on. Oh, excuse me, Johnny. I'm sorry. Liquor and me. Okay, every time Johnny is here, I have to put on his hat due to a girl, and I have like one of five of these hats, and I cherish this hat. I really only put it on when Johnny joins me on the live streams. So Johnny, salute, Johnny. I was talking about you earlier because Sean is saying he got the Weber Searwood. I don't even remember what it was called. Liquor. Anyway, I told him to watch your channel for you cooking on it. He's like, "Oh, I'm already watching the channel." Boom, 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 boom. I shared your link. Text me your address. I will send you the 2025 hat. Say less, Johnny. I will do that. And then I will put this one back up because this is I don't say this is vintage, but I do cherish this hat and I know I only put it on when you join me, but it is one of those things where it is a flex for me. And then I have a couple Crimson Creek hats up there because every time I go to Crimson Creek, they give me a new hat. Anyway, all right, so let's see. So back to my story about Brooke, right? So I see Brooke at the market around the corner from my house like a year later, and I'm like, "What are you doing at the market around the corner from my house?" And she's like, "Well, Christy lives around the corner," and I was like, "Word." So then we would bump into each other like every 6 to 8 months, and this went on for like 2 or 3 years. And then my for taste tester number two, we were having it might have been a 15th, it was a 15th birthday party for him, maybe 15th. We had a birthday party for him, and it was like a seafood. I'll say it was a cookout. It was a cookout, okay. And I just so happened to see Brooke like the week before or the week of the cookout, and I'm like, "Hey, what are you doing on Saturday?" She's like, "Nothing." I said, "Come to my house. You know where I live. Boom, boom, boom. you know, we're having a cookout, right? Slash fish fry, seafood cook, blah, blah, blah." She's like, okay, cool. So she comes to my house, and Brooke and I are the last men and women standing, right? As far as we are sitting here drinking some liquor and eating water rice. And you guys know from Philly, water rice and liquor is fantastic. So we're sitting drinking, having a good old time, talking about our elementary school and our friends from elementary school that are doing X, Y, and Z. And I tell her about the range. And I'm like, yo, I work at this range. you need to come to the range. Like I had been working there almost a year at this point. I'm like, you need to come to the range. My friend Brooke is an ex police officer. She is former law enforcement. She was actually on cops one time. All right, there's my random alarm. I set a random alarm. Replay gang, check in. All right, that's only go. That's the only thing I'm gonna say about that. And but she was on cops, and it's hilarious because if you watch her episode, she used to work for she used to work in Florida. Anyway, Brooke come to the house. Brooke came to the house. We hang out. We ate water rice, drink, broke bread, had a good time, laughing, all that stuff. And I'm like, yo, come to the range. So again, remember I met Brooke, or not met, but I saw Brooke in a Pew Pew store like a year or two before. I saw her again recently, and I'm telling her to come to work. Yo, she starts working at the range. I'm like, she's not doing anything but sitting on the couch. I'm like, you need something to do. Come to the range, talk to these guys. I'm gonna get you a job. Sure enough, got her a job. She's been working at the range full time for 2.5, almost 3 years now. I've been there for 4. And yo, when I say it is crazy for me to be able to walk into that range every Sunday, and I'm there only on Sundays, and she's there more than that. But I'm like one of my childhood friends. I've known her
Yep.
for 30 plus years, and when I say we can have communications like we have like sign language communications without even saying anything. Every now and again, I'll give her a look. I'm like, yeah, that mug look kind of shady, or she'll hit me up like, yo, do me a favor. I'm like, oh, let me. I know. So one of the big things at the range is we do smell checks. Okay, of course, marijuana is prevalent, weed is prevalent, and if you smell like weed, if you smell like liquor, you cannot come shoot. You cannot come shoot. And we have had multiple instances. Like, yo, I had this one guy, he was so drunk. He was so drunk. And I'm like, yo, Popo Brooke, go Popo, check out the dude over there. And she's like, she's in full on police mode. Like, listen, my guy, I'm not gonna be able to let you shoot today because yes, you reek of alcohol. You are failing X, Y, and Z. She starts hitting them with the technical terms of the police officer, blah blah blah. And I'm just standing there like, say the wrong thing to her, and I'm gonna punch you in the face. Like I'm gonna punch you in the throat. So that's my homie. I got her back. I mean, look, listen, she got way more time on the job than I do, right? But then there's I just learned this other I won't say phrase, but when you're drunk, you can't follow your finger left and right. When you're high, what is it called, Jimmy?
Nystagmus gaze.
Yes, okay. But then when you're high, you can't follow your finger up and down, right? So
Same thing.
now we have, but one alcohol does it horizontally, and the influence of something else will do it vertically, right?
Make you guys do this.
Listen, let me tell you, sir, we have signals now so I learned a new signal. So this weekend we had I'm gonna say a couple, but we had 2 gentlemen that came in. One gentleman has been to the range before, the other gentleman has not. And it was one of those things where I walked past them and literally 15 minutes before look. Here it is, Jimmy. Here it is,
First off,
literally 15 minutes before we had this conversation because Brooke is not the only previous law enforcement that we have at the store, right? Like we have another guy who was PG County Police who retired, and he's like, "Oh, I work at the range kind of for mad money, for spending money, right?" So anyway, Brooke and I were talking, and they were like, "Yeah, we have a signal, and the signal was just, if we believe that there's someone who needs a smell test, and the smell test is for weed typically, or some other influence, it's just like, hey, just raise your hand from your chin above your head, and we know, okay, that person. Now we need to take a closer look. We need to get a whiff, right? So I'm behind the rental counter, and boom, boom, boom. I walk past these two dudes and I'm like, "Hey, Brooke," and she looks at me and she's like, and I go one more time. She's like, "Oh, hey, come here for a second." And she's like, "Oh, there it is." So sometimes it just takes a moment for that aroma of weed to hit you. But when it hit her, she was like, "Hey, listen, I'm not judging or anything, but did either of you smoke before you came into the range today?"
Ask her, did her weedar go off?
I will. I will ask her if. Listen, I mean, not for nothing, and this is my.
Yep.
Listen, my homie Brooke, and I love Brooke to death, but I give her the most grief every now and again. She's a lesbian. Obviously, you heard me talk about her girlfriend, and she was a tomboy when I knew her in the, let's say, fourth to, well, not even fourth, because I was there second grade. So from until eighth grade, she was always a tomboy, right? And she recently got a Subaru, and oh my God, I gave her the most grief about her buying the Subaru. But anyway, I'm gonna definitely ask her about her weedar. Okay,
Yeah.
definitely ask her about her weedar. So let's see. Look, Johnny said, "You still know people from elementary school?" Yes, I do, Johnny. Thanks. Funny guy. Look, Johnny says he does smell checks too. Uncle Steve! Uncle Steve says, "Good evening, you fine fellows." Who is Uncle Steve talking to? Because I know it's not us. I know it's not us. Fine fellows.
He
Oh,
knows it too well, doesn't he?
oh my gosh, right? Look, so Taj says, "Do they ever get hostile?" Yes. There is I'm gonna say there's an instance, but there was a instance where, and I've had to, I'm gonna say, manhandle. Uh-oh.
Uh,
Smashing through life, girls back in school, and all the stores only have turkey bacon. Uncle Steve, you want some turkey bacon, dog. You want some turkey bacon. But I tell you what though, you season it with some of your shake, bruh, bruh.
Gator
I,
shake.
man, oh, I don't know. Like turkey bacon and gator shake is not my bag, but the thick meat and the smoke bomb,
I was gonna say you want smoke bomb, don't
I always want smoke bomb. Like smoke bomb is my jam. Smoke bomb is this yo. But
you?
Uncle Steve,
What?
I have
Something
been
new coming up.
threatening. Ooh, all right, listen. It's coming. Where I need to reach out to Uncle Steve. I've been threatening Uncle Steve for a month or two now that I'm gonna text him. But I told you and everyone that I needed to get through Italian
Italian pizza
pizza
shake.
shake.
Ooh.
Ooh. Both of us at the same time. The same words. The same sounds even. Ooh. Listen. I got that bighorn cooker that cooks pizza.
Mm.
Bruh. Um Susan said I can't eat gator shake straight. Oh, I can eat gator shake straight from the container. Oh man. Look at Steven. Good looking Steven. All right. So anyway,
This cup and stuff approved too.
man, shoot, I'm gonna have to get some. I'm gonna have to ask Uncle Steve for some steel drum smokers. I'm gonna say approved. Oh, my fan just dropped. Oh my gosh, I gotta stop hitting my table here. Um, I would it be SDS steel drum smokers barbecue approved, or like what would mine be? Like not approved. Oh, not
Who
endorsed.
who does smoke bomb?
Sanctioned.
Who?
Steel drum smoker sanctioned. How about that? I look, if nobody claims smoke bomb, I do because I put that on everything. When I am cooking and doing different things, yo, it always has something and smoke bomb. And smoke bomb. I love that smoke bomb flavor. Oh hey, um just random. Go birds.
Just random.
It was just
Yeah.
random.
Okay.
Uh, look, Lamar said I can do everything better high. No, you can't. Okay. I'll check it out. He says you need one. Mm. Uncle Steve, I need a re-up on everything. And I know Uncle Steve when we talk,
Miss
Uncle
Dad's
Steve's like,
gonna fit the fit too when her cabinet's filled back
shh,
up.
shh, shh. Because the whole thing was the. Let me just tell you, Jimmy. She went through and organized all of the Uncle Steve shakes.
Uh-huh.
I know I have for sure 13 and 14 different containers. Okay. Different flavors, different seasonings. And she's like, she already read me the right act. Okay. Don't get any more of these. You don't need any more of these. Use up what you have. And I am getting to the point where I have stuff in our main seasoning cabinet. I have stuff in our overflow in the house. And then I also have seasonings out in the garage in a cabinet.
Do you run across the situation where they say, look, you need to start using some of this and use some of this up? And then when you do, they go, I don't like the way that tastes.
Yep. That's exactly
Uh-huh.
what.
That's
So
different. I don't like the way
yep, that's different. That's there. If I
that.
had $1 for every time my wife says, I I like the way you season stuff with the regular seasoning.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, if you want me to use this, I need to use different seasoning. But I like the regular seasoning.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
I understand that. But every now and again, I have to change it up a little bit to show something else or to season with something else. And she's like, but I don't like that one. Well, she's not like, I don't like that one. I wasn't expecting it to be different. It's not, I don't like it.
Listen,
It's different.
I bombard Uncle Steve with videos. So it just depends on what I'm cooking, what goes well with that. I'm gonna try it on that, or it may be something I've already used that works well with it. So
Mm, and
yeah.
I agree because one of my favorite things is the gator shake on some wings. They're like lemon pepper
Oh
wings,
yeah.
dog.
Oh yeah.
And anytime I cook vegetables, oh lemon pepper. I mean, I'll say lemon pepper. The gator shake is on it. Seafood.
Hey,
Let me get some shrimp.
yep.
Man.
Hey, I've done popcorn with gator shake.
Mm. Taj
Yeah.
says that's such a woman thing. Taj,
Oh well.
I'm telling your wife, Taj. I'm telling. But it's so true, dog. Because it's like, ooh, I don't it'd be like, I don't feel like cooking. You cook something. Or I am home and I'll cook. Okay, cool. I'm cooking XYZ. I cook XYZ and then it's why is this different? Because I cooked with something else. I cooked with a different seasoning today. But that's not the regular seasoning. No, it's
Mm.
not. But why didn't you use the regular seasoning? Because I was trying something different. But I wanted I was expecting the regular season.
Yep, that's the word.
And and I'm like, okay, but you didn't get the regular seasoning. But is it bad? No, it's not bad. It's good. But I was expecting the regular season. So are you complaining that I'm trying to broaden our horizons with different flavors and seasonings? Like you just told me in the same breath you said it wasn't bad, but you don't like it. How? How?
Different.
How?
It's different.
It's different. But I don't it's not bad. Well, why are you complaining? Jimmy, I know you got 20 more years than I do in the game. Like, period. So I already know. You've been through this before. And I know you have a heck of a lot more Uncle Steve Shake than I do. because I'm gonna say I've kind of like, you know how have you been to Fogo de Chao? Have you ever been to Fogo de Chao, Jimmy?
No.
Fogo de Chao is a Brazilian steakhouse, right? It's the where they give you a disc, and the disc is green on one side and it's red on the other side. All right,
I
you've
have been
heard
to
of it.
one. We have one in South Carolina, but I'm not
The
sure what the
Texas
name is.
de
Yeah.
Brazil, Texas de Brazil.
Yes, I think so. Yes.
So
Yeah.
Texas de Brazil is very similar to Fogo de Chao, okay? And but the difference between Texas de Brazil is the um so they have like a sides of fixings table where you get like your sides, your beginner sides. Texas
Yes.
de Brazil has more desserts than Fogo de Chao does.
And a
Okay,
big
Fogo de
salad bar.
Oh, the salad bar and the fixins and all of that stuff. The
Yeah.
easiest way for me to explain it is to say fixins. It's not fixins, but it's sides,
Yeah.
salads and sides.
Right.
The Texas de Brazil sides and salads are different than the Fogo de Chao. But one of the things that I remarked when I remember, because we went to Texas de Brazil in Myrtle Beach, the Texas de Brazil has more desserts on the table than Fogo de Chao does. Anyway, they give you a disc, and the disc says, "Si por favor." Similar Portuguese is similar to Spanish. It's like, yes, please. Um, bring more meat. Okay. And the other one says, like stop or like not at this time or something, but it's in Portuguese and I don't remember what it says. But anyway, that's kind of like I'm on the red side right now when it comes to Uncle Steve Shake. I'm like, hey, not yet. Not yet, Uncle Steve. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Um uh I hear taste testing number one coming in the door. And I'll say in his company. They're un Oh, the alarm has been disarmed. I said the alarm has been disarmed. What did y'all get from Giant? I got an email with the receipt. I didn't see what it was though. We got ice cream. What? Popcorn. Oh boy, kernels. Bruh. Corn on the cob. So you're cooking tomorrow? Kinda. All right, say less. Um,
Bring Dad a bowl.
yeah, right, bruh. This hey, Jimmy said, "Bring Dad a bowl." Look, they about to be in the background, probably cooking. Uh, so have you heard of that cheesesteak place, Fifth and Steak? It's over. It's on Rolling Road, right there by the original pho spot that we used to go to. I'm not going to taint your opinion, but this is one of the reasons why I don't buy cheesesteaks outside of Philadelphia. I'm just I am. Oh yeah, you have at it. Um, there's one is called the Fifth Street, and the other is called the Ninth Street. The Fifth Street is Cooper Sharp, fried onions, and steak. The Ninth Street is Sport Peppers, Taj. Sport Peppers, dog. Sport Peppers. Sport Peppers, and then I got all three cheeses they had. They had Cheese Whiz, Provolone, and Cooper Sharp. Um, Taj, Taj, you still there? Please comment if you're still there because I want to tell you something. Um, oh, Taj, taste tester
Was it
number one
good?
said hi. You said what, Jimmy?
It wasn't good.
I'm not going to taint the opinion of taste tester number one and his company. So we are going to allow them to try it first before I make a remark.
Okay.
All right. So Tasha, she's right here. She does the same thing. Philly Pretzel Factory now has a brownie batter dip. Sister Toya didn't want to try it, although she loves brownie batter. Bruh, they they're all the same. They're all the same. Toya, Toya, Toya. Prove me wrong. Y'all all the same. all of y'all are the same. I'm saying y'all the same. Um, look, Lamont said I hear that from my wife as well, bruh. Look, number one, still has company. Yes, Angela. Yes, yes. What's for dinner is the worst conversation, and it's daily. Yo, I saw something on Instagram, and it said the worst part of adulthood is trying to figure out what you are going to have for dinner on a daily basis. It's like when you were a kid, your parents put food in front of you, and that was it, right? Like you didn't have to make the decision as to what was going to be for dinner. But adulthood is deciding what you are going to have for dinner, and it is the worst part. A sport pepper, a sport pepper is it's a I don't even know how to explain it, but it's not like a regular like sweet pepper or like green pepper or red pepper. It's a sport pepper and it's different. Steven says, bro, if today the sky is light blue and tomorrow the sky is dark blue, bro, dark blue is it. Just saying, yeah.
What?
Uh so Tosh says, Uno, what up? He's waving. He's on the phone apparently. I don't know who he's talking to at 11 o'clock at night. Steven said, Lamont, happy birthday 51 in advance. Eastwind, what up, man? How you doing this evening? This is Dash Jimmy. Look, he just put the Trinidadian flag right there. And a beer. He says, cheers. Chris, how's everything this evening? All right. There was something I wanted to comment about. But I don't remember what it was. Oh, Tosh is going to get this. Tosh, I'm standing at the window of this trailer about to order cheesesteaks, okay? And I order the first cheesesteak, and this one's going to be for Taste Tester number 3 and Mrs. Dash, right? And I'm like, this one is for them. The second one I order, and I'm like, all right, yo, I need the 9th Street, which is what they call it. I'm like, I need the 9th Street. Why is the 5th Street? 9th Street has no bearing on what it actually is or does. Hey, number one, is your ukulele still sitting underneath a thing outside, probably getting wet? Is it underneath? Like, did you move it? All right, because it was on on the outer edge. I just thought about it. I hear it's raining. You wanna? All right, just check. Anyway, I don't know what the 5th and 9th has to do with anything. Because I mean, anyway, the 9th Street steak had the sport peppers. It also had the I won't say it didn't say what she. Oh no, it had cheese whiz, the sport peppers, and you can get it with or without fried onions. So I'm like, yo, I need to get the 9th Street with the sport peppers because I'm a big fan of pepper steaks, right? Give me a hot pepper steak or a sweet pepper steak, and a pepper steak is peppers fried in with the meat, and then whatever cheeses, right? So I'm like, all right, I need a pepper steak and usually it's American, provolone, and cheese whiz. I don't, Tots, tell me, when did Cooper Sharp become a thing? When did Cooper Sharp become a thing? Because I missed the memo. I missed the memo. But I digress. I order a 9th Street, and again, it came with the sport peppers, cheese whiz, and then with or without fried onions. So I'm like, yo, can I get a 9th Street with the cheese whiz, but can I add provolone and the Cooper Sharp, right? I'm a triple cheese guy. You go to Delisandro's, you get a triple cheesesteak, boom, American provolone and cheese whiz. Thank me later. Thank me later. Okay. So Taj, I'm like, yo, I'm here, and then I say, yo, I need salt, pepper, ketchup, mayonnaise on my steak, and the dude says the ketchup and the mayonnaise are right there. He points to 2 buckets on the counter. And Taj, yo, this was my expression. I was like, you're not gonna put the ketchup and the mayonnaise on the steak for me? He's like, no, they're right there. I'm like, I'm never coming back here again. Never coming back here again. Never. You ain't got to worry about me. Nope, I'm never coming back here again.
One day before I die, you and I are gonna have to go and let you order us both a cheesesteak in Philly.
Listen, I already told you what it is, so it's gonna be my go-to order is a pepper steak with triple cheese, salt, pepper, ketchup, mayo. That's it. And I had Quentin. Quentin has been to Delisandro's where I have a sticker. You'll see one of my stickers. Like I've had people send me pictures of this sticker from the exhaust fan at Delisandro's. Like, yo, why do I see your sticker here? That's the sticker of approval. If you see one of my stickers somewhere out and about, like around the world, around the country, that's the sticker of approval. Okay, yo. All right.
I'm gonna have to get them to ship me one.
You can't do that. You can't do that, Jimmy.
They won't do that.
Nah, no, it's not that they won't. It's just not. That's not the same, dog. Jimmy, what's what do I say? What's 5 hours between friends or 6 hours between friends?
Yeah.
You make that trip to my house and we are on. I'm on. We are going. Like I'm dropping everything. All right, so
We've done that before.
Sure enough. Yeah, right. Listen, the last time I trekked through your state, I wanted to give you a call so bad, but I was like, nah, I can't do it. I'm gonna let sleeping dogs lie.
Yep.
Angela said, "Yo, Carib is good," and I'm not big on beer. Carib is a good beer. So Taj says Cooper is recent, and I love it. I mean, that's cool. Lamont said, "Taste test number one. What's up?" George said, "A sport pepper, similar to the Tabasco plant, just a little smaller, green or yellow instead of bright red. These sport peppers were red. They are vibrantly red. Uh, look. Tosh says, nope. You putting mayo on top of a cheesesteak? Yo, I like mayo on a cheesesteak, dog. I like cheese. I like mayo on a cheesesteak. And Tosh said we can go on a steak tour, and we will. All right, so Tosh, let's say we have to go to 4 spots. What are the 4 spots we're going to? Let's say 4. I'm not going to say 5. We're going to change it up. We're going to 4 spots. What 4 spots are we going to? Look, because I'm gonna tell you, I want to go to Pagano's. I want to go to Delisandro's. I want to go to oh damn, what's the spot on at Broad and Erie? It's not Eric's. It's what's the spot? Oh, Max's, and then I want to go to Ishka Bibbles. Those are 4, and I know there have been. Oh, there've been, and that's my 4 from not being in the city for 20 years. Okay, but I know there have been. Oh, Angelo's is on the list, so maybe we bump Ishka Bibbles or Pagano's for Angelo's, and then someone sent me a reel on Instagram recently of a newer steak spot, and I was like, I don't know, but maybe next time I'm up there. Look, Angela said, I hate mayo on anything, and it has cheese and mayo. Angela also doesn't like her food to touch. So you can't trust what Angela has to say. I mean, look, hold on. Look, Taste number 1 is laughing back there. Todd said, what up, Uno? Look, Angela says mayo is nasty. Mayo on a roll, yes. Yes, but that's the thing. Taj. That's what I'm talking about. Yo, mayo on the bread, cheese, ketchup, steak. Goodness, that's how you layer it that way. And that's why Taj was like, ooh. Taj says switch Max's for the cheesesteak bar. Go on, go on,
Mm-hmm.
go on. So I want to say Max's got some notoriety after the Creed movies when what was it, like Creed Jr. or whatever went to Max's, and he was standing in Max's. But yo, I've been on Max's for a long time. Like I've been out of the city for a long time, and my sister-in-law, and may she rest in peace, we used to go into Max's from time to
So, if you only have one, which is it going to be?
time. So it's gonna be one of those things, right? My childhood, I was raised on Pagano's cheesesteaks because, and this is one of those things where you know how you have a Chinese food store and every Chinese food store is different, and you can
Yep.
get X, Y, and Z things from a Chinese food store, and most people can understand this because everyone has that Chinese food store that they go to, and that is their favorite Chinese food store. The same holds true, and this is my own word, for your local cheese steakery. Okay, your local cheese steakery is the one that's going to be near and dear to your heart, and the one that is
That's the one
that
you
is
were
your,
raised on.
yes, that is the one, right?
Yep.
My local cheese steakery was Pagano's, okay? And if I had only one cheese steakery to go to, it would be Pagano's. I have a buddy, he's one of my best friends. And his cheese steakery is this place called Classics. And I'm like, Classics is garbage. Classics
Yep.
is garbage compared to Pagano's. And he's like, this is a hill I will die on. Classics is fantastic. And I'm like, dog, you're crazy. And this is one of those things that he and I go back and forth about Classics versus Pagano's because both of these cheese steakeries are in Mount Airy, the Mount Airy section of Philadelphia. Um, bruh. All right, so Taj says the cheesesteak bar does exotic stuff like oxtail cheesesteak, buffalo cheesesteaks, etc. And I'm with it, but if I am doing a cheesesteak tour, I want just a regular beef ribeye steak with cheese. I don't even need fried onions. I just give me, and I am a big proponent of triple cheese. Yo, give me American cheese, give me some provolone, and give me cheese whiz. That is it. Another thing about this place that I got cheesesteak from today. The cheese whiz seemed gritty, like it broke down, and they like added some water to mix into it. And when I say I ate half of it, and I was like, not even half because I ate the meat off of the bun, and then also
So, is the cheese whiz not out of the can?
yo, I don't know what the hell they did with their cheese whiz. Like they probably had the cheese whiz out of the can, but if you get the cheese whiz too hot or it like you keep the can open for too long, it breaks down. Like it starts to degrade.
Yeah.
It was gritty, gritty. Like I don't want to eat sandpaper in steak. Like it was gritty, and so like it wasn't just me because Mrs. Dash. I got two different steaks, and usually when I go someplace and try cheesesteaks or try this or try that, I get like two different things to try, so that hey, you have this thing and I have this thing, and we can try them both. So she had a piece of my steak, and the first thing she said was, "Why is it gritty?" And I hadn't had it yet. I didn't taste it. She's like, "Why is it gritty?" And I'm like, I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. Like, let me try it. I try it, and I'm like, ooh, I didn't even try the like pick up the bread and the meat. I picked up some of the meat that was just like falling over, and I'm like, I done wasted $20+ on a cheesesteak. Like I done wasted it. Like I done wasted my time and energy and my money, and I'm like, this is no bueno, no bueno. So I'm like, anyway. Um, Angela said that's the one she had. Classics or Paganos? Oh, she's talking about beer. Look, Taj says Paganos is at work, and John's roast pork is a close second. So I've never had a John's roast pork cheesesteak. And me being the non-pork eater, that's the reason why I've never been to John's Roast Pork. Um, because it's called John's Roast Pork, and I'm a firm believer if the name of the place is something that I'm not going to eat, I don't typically eat there. And or I don't go to Buffalo Wild Wings and order shrimp. I'm just saying the thing that
Nope.
their name is, that's what I'm going to order. But I do go to Hooters and eat the shrimp. Okay. Taj says Angelo's is overrated. Perfect. George says I was a powdered cheese from box macaroni and cheese, or it was a powdered
Yeah.
cheese. Yo, you might be right. Yeah, Angela says we're talking about beer. I figured that out. Taj is like, ooh, huh. Hooters has crab legs. I would have never known that if you didn't say that. I would never order crab legs from Hooters, by the way.
I would either.
But so let me tell you why I started eating the shrimp at Hooters, right? And it is I won't say completely mundane, but it is a story. So and when I say we, my coworkers and I used to go to Hooters every now and again on Fridays. Like, of course it was Friday. We were like, oh, we're gonna go to Hooters and break bread, have lunch, and kind of have a long lunch, right? So I went to Hooters one Friday during Lent, okay? And if you know anything about anything, you can't have meat during Lent. And it's like, oh, you need some seafood, right? During Lent. And all I won't say all jokes aside, but me being the very not good Catholic boy that I used to be, I used to still follow the Lenten not eating meat regimen, if you will. So I go to Hooters and all my coworkers are ordering wings, and I'm like, damn, I can't have wings today. They have shrimp. I'm gonna get some shrimp. So I'll get a 20-piece shrimp and a curly cheese fry. Okay. I will get 20-piece shrimp and a curly cheese fry, and boom. After that first time, I have never looked back. I always get shrimp. I do not get wings. I always get shrimp. And I'm gonna say never been, but I haven't been disappointed as like a lot. So Hooters, I'll go and I'll get the shrimp. So that's my Hooters, why I get shrimp from Hooters story. Um, Taj says the roast pork is good too, but they have great steaks. That's what I hear, Taj. So my buddy who's down here, who's like I said, he's one of my best friends, and he and some of his other friends will ride from where he lives further south. So he'll ride from PG County to Philly to go to John's Roast Pork and get a cheesesteak. He did ride to go to Angelo's, and then he said that they were going somewhere soon. Or oh no, I think actually this Saturday they're going up there again. So him and his biker buddies. Uh,
Dash Taste Tester on one still behind you.
yes, he is.
I want to show you.
Number one, come here for a second. Jimmy wants to show you something. Are you eating crab legs or something? No, I
There
hear
you
you
go.
cracking something.
My,
Oh,
my girl.
hold on one second. Let me make you bigger. Is that a Fender?
That is a Fender Strat and a
He said
67
a Fender Strat.
ES335.
Hold on, 67. Who?
ES335.
ES335. What is that?
It's about a Harley.
It's about a Harley. He says. Okay.
It's about a Harley.
Dang.
Yeah, I know,
In
right?
today's money. So
Yep.
it's funny, Jimmy. When we were coming back from Florida, I don't say last, but a few weeks ago, we stopped at the outlets because we had Taste Tester number 3 and one of her girlfriends, right? So Taste Tester number 3 and my wife and one of her girlfriends, and this is, mind you, before back to school. So we stopped at the outlets in Smithville. It's in North Carolina. I thought it was in Virginia, but we were in North Carolina. And they're like, "Oh, let's stop at the outlets," and I'm like,
Yep.
sure, right?" So I'm like, "What's that over there?" And that's, oh, it's a Harley dealership. Word, word. So I go into the Harley dealership. I mean, now mind you, can I afford a Harley right now? No. Do I want a motorcycle? Yes. So I go into the Harley dealership and I'm talking to one of the salespeople, and my man is like, "Ooh." So I'm walking around, I'm looking, and I'm like, "Yo, these are old man bikes. Like these are old man bikes." But I see the Harley Pan America, and I'm like, "Ooh, this is my speed. This is my speed."
Pretty bike.
Man, listen. So the guy's like, "You want to take it out for a ride?" He's like, "All I need to do is see your license and that you have a motorcycle endorsement." I said, "I have a motorcycle endorsement." He said, "Well, all I need is your license and I'll make a copy of it and we'll go head on." He's like, "I'll hop on my bike and we'll go take, put some miles on this thing." I'm like, "I would love to." I said, "But I cannot afford this motorcycle right now." He's like, "Oh, no, no, no." He's like, "We'll get you on the bike." And I'm like, "I'm sure you will." I said, and I said, I think we're 5 or 6 hours away from home. I said, "My wife has given me permission to purchase a motorcycle and that she would drive her van from where we were in Smithsburg or Smith something, Virginia, or North Carolina, home if I bought a motorcycle and had to ride a motorcycle home." She's giving me permission. I said, "But I can't afford it." The guy's like, "No, no, no, no." He's like, "We'll get you on a bike." And I'm like, "I know you will. The creative financing is real."
Yeah.
I'm like, "The creative financing is real." I said, "But I said, the way my credit is right now, I said, I can't afford another thing." I said, "I just had to help my son get a vehicle." And I mean, like, literally, in the days prior, I helped Tyson Son up one get another vehicle. And I'm like, "There's no way. There's no way." I'm like, "Can I afford this?" Barely. Like, I would be eating peanut butter and jelly on a daily, monthly, and
And the rest of the family too. Yep.
well, luckily for me, they eat good when I have events, right? When I have an event, there's usually a little bit of profit, and then I
Yep.
can purchase the food that I need for said event, and then I'll purchase a little extra. But when I ain't got nothing to cook for anybody else, I ain't got nothing extra.
Yep.
So I'm like,
Yep.
so I'm sitting on the bike, and guys like, "Oh," I'm like, "You know what? Here, take a picture." Man, when I tell you, just like we were talking, I was talking earlier about how I looked at the 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 DJI Mini 3, or the I looked at some Pan Americas earlier today, and like I was just like, "Oh, do I want one? Hell yes." Can I afford one? No. I'm like, the good thing is I know what I'm gonna say I know what I like, or I know what I would like to buy. Um, but dude, these bikes hold their value. I'm like, I don't have 15 grand to spend on a motorcycle right now, so that I can
Uh,
only occasionally ride.
I
So,
have only had one that I got misty eyed when I saw it
uh,
rode off when I sold it, and,
uh,
and I had it about 8 months maybe.
yeah,
That was a 2016 Busa.
yeah. You told me about that Busa,
Yeah,
and
it.
that that Busa
I
was
was gonna die. I was gonna die. it,
it was gonna kill you.
yeah,
That's what you need to say. It was gonna kill you.
it was
Um,
going
or you were gonna kill yourself on it. How
on
about
it.
that?
That's true.
Um,
That's true. It
I didn't get teary eyed. The last motorcycle I owned was an FCR 600, and my first motorcycle was a Yamaha FCR 600.
yeah.
But the one that I had, the second one that I had, I sold it to buy Bessie. And when I say I did not, nope. I was like, "Oh, so Kirk, who built the smokers, he was like, 'Oh, here's the number.'" And I'm like, "Okay, how, he's the first person that told me about redneck financing."
Yeah.
And I used redneck financing to purchase Bessie. And the redneck financing was, I sold that motorcycle, and when I say it was the best investment I ever made, I spent $300 on that motorcycle. I flipped it for $1,000, and I put $1,000 plus some to buy Bessie. And when I say I made thousands of dollars on Bessie, in
Yeah.
the years that I've been cooking on Bessie. And when that was single most best investment I've ever made. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, when,
Anyway,
when you were here, did I show you Old Red?
you did. You showed me a few motorcycles that you had out in the shed.
Yeah, that's an '87 Tour Glide that's been it's had a frame off and there's a little history locally. So, I have to take it every year for a ride and get it photographed and all of that junk. But
So George says, dude, I had a Fender Mustang earlier in my life, playing more bass now. So Taste Lesson number 1 plays bass more than he does guitar. He has a few different basses. Um, he has a few different basses, but my baby brother plays the bass and the guitar. So I won't say they swap guitars, but it's like my baby brother every now and again will bless number 1 with a guitar. He's like, "Hey man, I got this thing and I just go so happened upon and I
yeah,
don't use it. Here's this guitar." So Tasteless number 1 has about 6 different basses and guitars, and
yeah.
between the
It has
ukulele, acoustic guitars, electric guitars, and then basses. He's probably got 6 of them.
mid '80s Fender Jazz.
Mm, let's see.
Never turned back.
Angela says, "Oh yeah, that'll do it." They have the stack here in some places, but no cap. Oh, she's still talking about beer. Oh boy, you know. But I'm not a beer drinker. I saw her say. She's like, I don't really drink beer. All right. I don't know. So Jimmy, you're a pretty good judge of character. How did I do this evening with the higher than normal proof?
You did very well.
I did
I've been
very well.
keeping up. I've hit this one about 5 times for every once you've hit that one.
Well, so mine is done. Mine is empty.
Is it empty? You did what, 4, 5 maybe?
That's probably 6 ounces.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's probably 6 ounces. I mean, it was, I won't say full up to the top.
Not great for you, but that's pretty good for a normal portion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was up to the ring.
Oh yeah. Well, see,
Oh,
the problem is when and that's something I've noticed too when I order something online like Quentin did,
mm-hmm.
you get the container, you can turn it every which way and it never makes a sound. But it's difficult when just the average person sends something, it doesn't gurgle and carry on when you.
Yeah, so I tell you what, up to the ring, usually they say that's 32 ounces, right?
Yep.
So I'm looking at it, and there is a mark here, and it's at 24 ounces. So that was probably a good 6 ounces I removed from this jar.
Yep.
And that was, I'm like, okay, it's a little higher, a little more than what I'm used to drinking.
Well,
Not used to, but usually drinking. So
you gauge it, you know.
oh yeah, I do, and I mean, I'm gonna remember this conversation tomorrow. There are times. That's how you gauge it. That's how you gauge it.
Yeah.
Because I know there have been times where I'm like, "Yo, how did the
You get
live
phone
stream end?"
calls during the live.
Text messages, bruh.
Okay.
You was on one last night.
Hey, that's what makes live streams real.
Yes, indeed. Let's see. Grumpus. Grumpus says I have a '72 Gretsch Nashville,
My
one of the
goodness.
last models made in the USA. Nice.
Definitely.
Ew.
Is
Hold
it
on.
mint?
Time out.
Grumpus? Is it mint?
I mean, Grumpus can answer that while I just rebut Angela. Angela says beer versus wine. Wine wins every time. Use a lie. Use a lie.
I can't.
And
do
how you not going to include liquor in this debate or this? No, liquor. Liquor is where it's at. Okay. Jason says, as a beginner, where should I start? What should I focus on learning to cook first? Jimmy, answer the question.
Chicken.
Chicken,
Yep.
my dog. Okay. If you've been around me and my channel long enough, you know I will preach from the mountaintop that you need to cook chicken. And what you start cooking chicken, you start smoking chicken because chicken is cheap, chicken is easy, and chicken is forgiving. Okay. Then once you think you've mastered chicken, cook some more chicken, okay? Because most people start with leg quarters or chicken thighs or chicken legs. And then once you get your chicken wings good, you're like, oh man, my chicken legs are spot on. My
Yep.
leg quarters
Yep.
can't be denied. Then you need to cook some chicken breasts and or some chicken
Yep.
wings because chicken breasts and chicken wings are two of the same but different proteins that you have to cook differently.
Yep.
Okay. And then when you think you have chicken mastered, cook some more chicken because you don't have it. You don't have it down pat. Oh, I cooked chicken 2 times, and this 2 times it was perfect. And my family says it was the best chicken they ever had. Bruh.
Yep.
Bruh, keep cooking chicken, okay? And then when you think you're graduated from chicken, cook some pork. Okay, cook some pork. And you're like, oh, I'm gonna make some slabs of ribs. You start talking about slabs of ribs, and they're like, oh, you're talking about spares. Oh, spares are so fatty, and so forgiving that you might as well just be cooking in your sleep. Okay, you want to impress me? Cook some baby back ribs.
Baby backs.
Baby backs are more challenging because you actually have to cook them properly. Spares don't care, okay? And then people are like, ah, man, I cooked the perfect pulled pork. Like I wish I had $1 for every time somebody's like, my pulled pork is the best pulled pork that you done ever had. First and foremost, you got to find out where they from, because if they say I made some barbecue and it was the best barbecue, blah blah
Bob.
blah. Oh, look, because Jimmy,
I
if
know.
if somebody starts talking about barbecue,
Yep.
let me just deep sigh. Okay, that means if you don't know, if you hear someone say barbecue, okay, they are talking about vinegar-based pulled pork. Like,
Yep.
without question, they are talking about vinegar-based pulled pork. And guess what I don't do? I don't do vinegar-based pulled pork. I've had people
Eastern
come to
North
me,
Carolina.
bruh, and
Yep.
in northern South Carolina.
Yep.
Uh, because I know, and like I was in Wilmington, South Carolina, and I read a board and it said pork barbecue. And I'm like, huh, damn, like, can I get some brisket? Can I get some beef ribs? Can I get something other than pork? And nah, we got the pork barbecue. We known for our pork barbecue. And I'm like, but I don't need pork. Like, I don't
It's
that
all
doesn't
pork.
doesn't do anything for me. So, but when you hear someone say, and it unmistakably, the accent says barbecue. I don't care where you are. I'm in Baltimore, and people are like, oh, you do barbecue? Or they say you do barbecue? No, not nope, nope. The way you said it, I don't do what you're wanting. I don't do that. What you mean? You want pulled pork with vinegar in it and red pepper flakes and blah blah blah. Well, you know what it is. Why don't you do it? Because that's not what I do. Okay. They're like, well, but you know what's in it. You know what the ingredients. You know what it. Listen, I don't do barbecue, okay? And I'm just like, you're taking me out of character when I had to say barbecue like that. I don't do barbecue. I
Southern
do.
part of our state.
Oh my gosh, man,
Whole hog. That's all.
bruh. I
That's
like
all.
I I get people honestly all the time, but I get people that are asking about, oh, you do a whole hog? Not here, not here. Why not? Why don't you do whole hog? I want the blah blah blah. Listen, the amount of money I would have to charge you to do a whole hog in my backyard, okay, for me to bring it to you, it's not worth it for you. I'm trying to save you money. They're like, but I want a whole hog and I want the hog's head and I want this and that and the skin. And
Yep.
I'm like, it's gonna cost you 3 times as much.
Show me the money.
And
Show
I've
me
had
the
one person actually take me up on cooking a hog. Okay, one, and that was a friend of mine who someone gifted him a 50-pound suckling pig, and he was like, "Yo, I can't do anything with it." He's like, "I'm bringing it to you because I know you can cook it." And I'm like, "I can cook it, but you're gonna have to pay me." He's like, "I don't care." He's like, "It was free." And I mean, I've talked about it where I cooked this hog and it took me probably 10 hours, 12 hours to cook this hog. And
Oh, it was.
by the time it was all said and done, and mind you, this is a 50-pound hog. So it wasn't a biggin, right? I I cooked this thing and I'm like, yo, come up to the house. And he comes up to the house and we put this thing in probably 10-gallon bags. Like he brought some gallon bags and 2-gallon bags, and we picked on this thing, picked on this thing, and he took 10 bags, 12 bags home of pulled pork, like pulled pork. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm glad you're happy. And I'm like, yo, let me just get a little for my family to try, and it worked out, but it was not my favorite.
Yeah.
Um,
Before I cook a pig, we talking 50, 60 people.
bruh. So
Yeah.
George says cook a whole chicken for your graduation test, and I agree. I'm not a big fan of spatchcocking chicken. Um, I am more of a fan of like you see people cutting a chicken at the back. I'm a fan of cutting the chicken at the breast and opening it up that way, or actually splitting the chicken in halves. Um, so yeah. Taj is funny.
Yeah.
He said, "I cooked the whole hog with my uncle in the ground." He said, "Never want to do that shit again." Bruh, dude, it is one of those things where you really have to. And I mean, not that I have a purpose built hog cooker, okay? That PDQ cooker and that cooker, from the low country of South Carolina. Um Jimmy, when I got that cooker, the person who had it didn't know what it was,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Come and get it." And I said, "Say less, I'm on my way."
Mm-hmm. Take
And
it
when
in.
I got it, when I got it home and started doing my research on it, I'm like, "Yo, I done got a 1500." Now, look, mind you, at the time, it was a $1,500 cooker for free.
Yep.
All of the accessories, all of the components, it was complete. Now, mind you, that cooker today is probably close to $2,000, if not more than $2,000.
Or yeah.
And I'm like, I would love to do something with it, but I don't have a use. I'm gonna say I don't have a use for it because I'm sure I can find something to do with it, but it's just not high on the use case list of
The
cookers that I have.
cement block cooker that I used.
Oh,
I did
Jimmy,
chicken wings
I
on.
watched you cook some chicken wings on the cement blocks, and I was like, yo, I
It's
could
it
put some.
well that you can cook about an 80-pound pig on that cooker.
Well,
And of course I opened both
did
ends
you
up.
splay?
Yep.
Did you splay it open, or you had it like a racing pig?
No, I split it open. I open it
Mm,
out, cook it on the skin side down, um, just to crisp it up at the end. Repeat
mm,
side down and shoveling on both ends and putting it on the quarters.
mm.
That's where I heat when we cook them. But that big cooker, you can use for anything. And I
Oh,
just
I
already,
know,
and that was something that had worked before. So I said I'm gonna do chicken wings on that. I hadn't used that thing. It's sitting in the yard. So, but and burning oak and hickory in the barrel and shoveling the coals,
yo,
it's something different. So
what up, Kent? Kent says, "Who's
there you
that good-looking SOB on the right of the screen? I let him frisk me and lie to him that he missed something."
go, which
No,
is right.
sir. You are on the right, dog. I have not had that much to drink. You are on the right. And then look, see, I know he was talking about you because then he says, "Hi, Dash." Yeah, what's up? Yeah. look, Lamont said you nailed it, Dash. Yeah, man. I love barbecue. Oh my
Bye.
god,
I see it.
barbecue. Listen, and I'll be honest with you. I cooked barbecue one time. I looked it up for this girl, and this was early in my barbecue career. She's like, "Yo, I need you." She's my family's from the Carolinas. I need you to cook me some barbecue. I need blah blah blah. I need some vinegar and some barbecue and this and the other. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna look up a recipe. I'm gonna look it up. I had some vinegar, I had some red pepper flake, I had some of this, I had some of that, and I put it like I cooked the pulled pork, I seasoned it with it, and I did all of the things, right? All of the things. And I gave it to her, and I was like, listen, I'm just giving this to you. I'm not even charging you for this. I'm giving it to you. You tell me what you think. And she was like, it was okay. And I'm like, shoot, that's all the validation I need. That's not my thing. Right. So that was one instance, right? Then let's fast forward a year or so. I had this other, I don't say other girl, but I had another young lady who hit me up, and it was one of those things where I've been cooking and selling food and giving people food around Baltimore for a long time. We're talking 11 years now. And this girl was like, "Oh my God!" She's like, my family's from the Carolinas, and I'm from here, and I miss barbecue." And I'm like, or she's like, "I miss pork barbecue," and I'm like, "Well, you from the Carolinas, pork. This my pulled pork is not pork barbecue." And she's like, "Oh man, I really miss pork barbecue. Please, 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 can you make me some pork barbecue?" I said, "Listen, you order something else, and I'm gonna give you some pulled pork just to try it, right? I'm gonna give you some pulled pork." And her comments were, "It's not pork barbecue, but it's really good." And I'm like, "That's all I need to hear. That's all I needed to hear.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make barbecue. I'm making what it is I make, right? That's it." And she was like, "Oh my God." She was like, "It's not what I wanted, but it's a good replacement." And I'm like,
You
"That's
gave
all
her
I
shoulder.
needed to hear." You said what, Jimmy?
You gave her shoulder.
Yeah, 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 definitely. I'm like, yo, I've had two, maybe three people seriously inquire about me doing a whole hog for them, and I'm like, I'm going to discourage this in all of the ways possible
Yeah.
because me doing a whole hog is like it's a waste of time and energy and money and your money. Like you're wasting your money in bones that don't do anything. Like you can't eat the bones. So uh how y'all doing, boys? The food trailer is running me ragged. Well, talk about our first world problem. Oh my god. Kent says, Dash, can you smoke me a turkey brisket? Yep. I will smoke a turkey brisket along with the turkey bacon, Kent. Like turkey bacon, turkey brisket, same. Have you seen videos and folks talking about making beef bacon with briskets lately, Jimmy?
No,
No?
I hadn't had
I've
time to watch a lot of YouTube recently.
well, I haven't even seen videos on it, but I've seen people talking about making beef bacon with brisket. And I'm just like, I have some bacon cure still. But I said that I was going to be trying to make some
Well,
porchetta and or bacon, period, for my wife and kids.
I'm supposed to have a slicer on the way, so that might be something
Uh,
to look into.
right. Had you heard anything from them?
I did.
When
I
did you
did.
hear something?
End of last week.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything since then either. I'm like, I'm waiting for it to show up to my house because I have a sausage grinder coming.
Yeah.
Um, so, but
We'll
I'm in
see.
my
See.
test product phase era. Let's see. Kent says if you're not cooking on site, cook butts and picnics and chop them together. I don't do picnics, man. I feel like picnics are a waste. Like, give me a boneless butts. I'll take care of them. I'll knock them out. Grumpa said I smoked a full brisket, a brisket flat, 2 butts, chicken, smoked sausage, and hot dogs this weekend for an event. I was a big man on campus Sunday. Hell yeah, Grumpus. That
There you go.
sounds like a hell of a cook. He said a full brisket, a flat, 2 butts, chicken. How much chicken did you cook, Grumpus? And what pieces of chicken? Sausage and hot dogs. You smoked some hot dogs, dog? Um, Beef bacon is a big thing in Canada. Kaplinski's Deli makes beef bacon. Freak guy for Yeri out about 8 years ago. Listen, beef bacon is fantastic. I I got some beef bacon last weekend or 2 weekends ago now, I think it was. And so whenever I got that vacuum sealer, and again, this is the stuff I'm talking about, right? I got that vacuum sealer, and I'm looking at it because it's across the table from me, because I had to move it from where it was in the kitchen because my wife was like, "You gonna get this big old thing out of my kitchen?" So
Yep.
I got that vacuum sealer, and we went to I did that video where I vacuum sealed the beef hot sausage. The very next day, we went to the farmer's market, and when I say I vacuum sealed everything under the sun, everything under the sun, I had, excuse me, I had some.
Laura.
I know, shush. I had some turkey sausage. I had beef bacon. I had uh the hot sausage. I vacuum sealed those in the smaller packages. I re-vacuum sealed stuff that was in my freezer after rearranging my freezer, and stuff was like not frozen properly. I was on a tear. Like, I was vacuum sealing everything. Someone suggested I vacuum seal some water, and I vacuum seal some water, and I use it as an ice pack, or I use it as an ice pack, and I was like, yeah, it worked, but I gotta figure out how to vacuum seal it properly. Excuse me. I vacuum sealed some bagels, and with this vacuum sealer, you can limit the time or reduce the time that the vacuum is pulled, and like 10 seconds is enough to vacuum seal a bagel. Ask me how I know. Anything more than 10 seconds, and you're crushing the bagel. Um, but that was pretty cool. Like I said, I vacuum seal everything. Wait, let's see. Grumpa says correction. Grill the chicken, sausage, and dogs. Uncle Steve's for the win. It makes a lot of sense. Now that definitely makes a lot of sense. Grill the chicken. Was this event for like a christening or something, Grumpus? Like, what was the event for? Like a neighborhood block party? He said it was big man on campus. Maybe it was a move-in type thing for, say, one of his grandkids going to college. I don't know. We are at. Oh wait, let's see.
Coming up on 2.5.
We're coming up on 2.5 hours. Man. All right. Let's see. If anyone wants to join quickly, and maybe we can make it to 3 hours. Other than that, Jimmy, I don't know about you, but I am.
It'll be early in the morning.
You and me both. I've been thinking about trying to figure out, I won't say how to get to, but like getting back towards the gym. Gerber said, when I got my chamber vac, my wife thought I had lost my mind. I was sealing everything I could get my hands on: leftovers, cheese, pens, car keys. Why would you vacuum seal a car key? But then again, it's like, okay, I can vacuum seal a car key and stick it anywhere on the car, and it'll be waterproof. But Pens. Why did you need to vacuum seal pens? I
'Cause
mean,
he has a lot of
he
Grumpus on
does
Fire
have a lot of
feelings.
Grumpus pens. Speaking of which, oh, my heel is killing me right now.
Yep.
Grumpus on Fire.
Those are nice
YouTube.com.
pens, though.
They are fantastic. They write really nice.
They really do.
Whatever Grumpus pens. Oh, and I totally forgot until I touched it just now. The top of the pen will work on devices, so you can use it as a stylus.
Yep.
Stylus. Oh yeah, coach. All right, so I mean, it's like boom, like I'm scrolling with the pen. I mean, some of you will remember. Oh, TJ's birthday. Oh, happy birthday, Trey. So I'm scrolling. It's like, oh,
Grumpus, was it a surprise he turned 80 or a surprise he had a party?
let's see. Oh, TJ asked how my foot is, and it hurts like hell. My heel. It's actually my heel. My Achilles tendon. I'm trying to use the pen to scroll, and I'm off. Grumpus's old neighbor turned 80. It was a surprise party. Yeah, right. Was it just like Jimmy said? Now I get it. Was it a surprise he turned 80, or was it a surprise his birthday? His party. Lemont. All right, I'm putting the pen down. I'm about to dive in and making my own sausage after all these years. Little intimidating. Little intimidating is a little I'll say underwhelming, like an understatement. There it is. Yeah. I didn't say I was stealing for a reason. I just had plenty of bags and had to play. So that's the thing, Grumpus. The bags that you told me about, I'm not sure if I got the same exact bags you told me about last week or a similar brand, but I got multiple different sizes. Because I felt it was wasteful to have, let's say, a 10 by 12 bag, and I only need to vacuum seal something something really small. So
You guys got to send those folks my way. I'm,
the vacuum seal folks,
I'm on my third delivery.
I've gotten a couple of pounds of super clean. Hold on, look, here's
Yep,
mine.
I'm on my third delivery. Oh yeah, well, the
So
can comes with it.
the super the super clean lady's like, hey, like the last email I got from her, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to start charging these folks to start doing videos for them. But the super clean lady was like, "Hey, would you like to have a give?" Like the last giveaway I had, the
Yep,
person never replied to me with their address,
I know,
and I'm
right?
like, "What the hell?"
I
I messaged them a few
had
times,
a
and I'm
guy
like,
at work
"Bro,
that saw it, and he said, "Man, we've been spraying engines down and then pressure washing them with that stuff. It works
yo, it's
great." I'm like,
fantastic. It cleans every damn thing."
so I don't know. I may do a grill and an engine or something.
Mm. Yeah, I thought about doing a grill, like a grill grate, but I'm like, I don't really want to put it on the grade and then had to be on it again. But I tell you what, um, Johnny, Johnny is an inspiration. He keeps his grill grates so clean.
I
I'm like,
know. I,
I wish my grates were that damn clean.
that's the truth.
Shoot, man. Grandpa said I only use the largest bags now. The small ones are too small for me. Okay. Tosh says, peace, homie. Everyone have a peaceful night and a productive tomorrow. It's freaking philosophical at 11:34 at night. Everyone have a peaceful night and a productive tomorrow, bruh. Hey, look, homie, you be easy. Tell the missus I said what's up, and I am destined to shut it down as well. Jimmy, thank you so very much for hanging out. Are you about to make corn and do something with that corn right now? Why is it sitting out? No, but open up the bag so that the corn doesn't start to like, yeah, yep. I was gonna say create the water. Yep, yep.
Here you go,
All right.
Kent.
Super Clean does a ton of work in a little. Wait, Super Clean does a ton of work in a little time on my drums. Yeah, it does. Like for real. Yo, that's the. I'm telling you, it is fantastic. But I don't know if I would want to eat off of what you clean with it. Like it cleans so good, I'm scared to put it on the food service. That's what I'm saying. Um, Angela says good night, y'all. Laura wasn't here. Thank goodness. Hold on. Oh, replay gang, check in. Check in, replay gang. Did you make it to this point, replay gang? I didn't forget about you. Check in. How about you comment? Love the socks. If you've gotten this far in the live stream, or if you are, yeah, you are replay gang. If you are watching this the second time around and you've gotten this far to the live stream, comment. Love the socks. Angela says good night. TJ says good night all. TJ, did your homie tell you I signed up for his or signed up on the website? Because I did. I like dipping my toe and just kind of observing and watching and seeing what's been going on. I haven't commented too much, but you know it is what it is. Lamont says we're at 21. Hit the likes, please, folks. Yes, please, and thank you. If you haven't already, hit the thumbs up button for me. I'm going to refresh. I only show 20 likes. Dang, 20 likes. Can I get 21? TJ said I saw it. I messaged you. Oh boy. Let me go back into the. Oh look, I do have new messages. Ah. TJ says welcome. Hey man, how you doing? Hey there. Thanks. Yeah, you can see, dude. I get pulled in so many different directions that I did not see the message. This guy. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got a like. All right. Cool. All right. Let's see. Let's get back here. Look, Kent says as long as it's rinsed well, I'll eat out of it. Okay. George says my wife and kids love the socks. Yes. Lamont says, anyone have any sausage making videos or sausage making advice up in here? Pause. Pause. No, did he? I don't as of yet, but when I get my sausage maker, I hope to make sausage and be able to comment. I know. I don't know. I will try to do some sausage making videos because yeah. TJ says he forgives me. Thanks, TJ. I appreciate you. Much love. Much love. All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and end it. We are well over 2.5 hours. Want to thank you guys so very much for hanging out. And the replay gang, tell me about my socks. Anyway, Jimmy, you take great care. Thanks again, as always, for hanging out. And all you do as far as
We'll talk
your
with you
support.
soon.
Yes, indeed. Your support and all the best to the missus. And have a good day at work tomorrow. Tell everybody I say what's up. And when you're dragging tomorrow morning.
They're gonna say how late were you up with Dash last night? Yep.
Only 11:45.
Yeah.
It's not even 11:45. Scrog, you be easy. He says later. Grumpus says good night, everyone. Good night, everybody. Susie says good night, Dash, and everyone. Have a wonderful week. Sending love and hugs and great vibes. Yes. Um, so I'm proud of Susie. I'm so happy that Susie showed up to the live stream this week and not That impersonator.
Susie should come on. It's been a while.
No, I won't say it was just last week, but it was recent. Susie has been on the live stream recently. George says, "Have a great night, everyone. Love you, Susie." No, you don't. No, you don't. Susie's still here. I know, right? She was hiding. She was she was hiding. Just look, Angela's about to say something about their birthdays because they have the same birthday. So come on. Like, if I don't see you next time, happy early birthday. Watch, that's probably what she's gonna have something to say. oh, oh no, I guess Jimmy dropped off. Lamont said, "Alrighty then, good night." Oh, whoa, whoa. Alrighty then, good night, good peoples. Susan said, "Love you too, Secretary. Love you as well, Angela." And what happened to Brian tonight? He wasn't on. I don't know. She said, "No, I wasn't gonna say it yet." Yeah, you were. Lamont, I appreciate you, my guy. He says, "Love the socks." I do too. They are fantastic. Oh, I will be going to another Eagles game with my brother. When is that? Oh, around my birthday, or October 11th, I think it is. And that one might be the game in New York, like a Thursday night. So struggle bus is going to be real. Susan said, "Yes, Angela, I need love on our birthday. Here it comes." Yeah. I sent you something on Facebook Messenger. All right, Terry. I will check it out. I might not reply tonight. I did. You know what? I did see that you sent something. This is not. This is funny. This is the AI dash. That is too funny. I'll say, luckily for me. Dang. That is funny. I don't even. I guess it was chicken breast. That is a lot of chicken and corn. Oh boy, that is funny, Terry. I need some context behind that one, Terry. Oh boy, and it's so funny. I saw that you sent something. Like something. It popped up and said, Terry sent something, and I obviously am seeing it just now. But wow. Okay. All right. Look, I'm going to go ahead and end it. Thank you guys so very much as always for hanging out. There will not be a video tomorrow. I have not been able to film anything. Been a little, blah blah blah. But check out the Pew Pew channel. There is a video coming out on Friday on the Pew Pew channel. Firearm Friday. All right, Jimmy says, "Night, guys. Have a great rest of the week." Later, Dash. Yes, indeed. Take great care. All right. That's it. And I'm gone. End stream.